Yeah.
I don't know no plan being a woman. What is the end game? You're called jogging, you're trying to pay your call jogging. I see.
I said jogging and get a placard.
Boga, you cannot change a constitution by holding a placard and standing on the roadside. Kwame Frifa mention Emilia or from saying demonstration because Kwame Frifa compare constituency na ko gina ho say person we parliamentary candidate. Na me ko pesi kan yam best sponsor na ko parliament. Constitution yes some parliament. So even if you want to demonstrate, I agree that there should be demonstrations in the country. But I'm telling you that the demonstration must have an end goal. What is the plan? What do we hope to achieve? We are just going to jog and go home. Then what next? You fix the country by what next? Before nobody fix the country, not be office area who you fix it. The whole asylum down asphalt, you know at the bracket. But not be few coins so you fix it. So what I'm telling you is that I think that there should be constitutional change in the country. However, it does not change by just marching. The march must have a plan. In next year, there's going to be district level elections. You better district level elections. The assemblyman unit committee. What is the plan of the youth? Say the assemblyman unit committee for parliamentarians for the district assembly. You bring area friends electoral area mem to form and where your friends say a local government for the district. What is the plan of people to go and take assemblyman position so that now we control the assembly?
You are saying when we enter into leadership, it's a better.
I am telling you that it is very important for the youth. If you are coming out to demonstrate, there should be a plan. Yeah. Nobody had a plan. It was just getting out there and if you for so you'll be calling on the trousers to do what? Master, I've been doing this. I've been doing this thing for 23 years. And we have I told you. Master, oh, then and I told you that for 23 years I've been here. And what? One minute, I come as a
question. We asked a question and you also asked a question.
Which question did I ask? So let me tell you the end game. I am not only blaming people without giving you a solution. That is very wrong. If you can sit there and the country for no years in one year,
what is the end?
I am going to answer my own question.
A rhetorical question.
It is the answer is what I'm telling you, that the youth must start. Every unit committee member must be one of those who went to the demonstration. So assemblyman must be one of those who went to the demonstration. If everybody takes unit committee and assemblyman as independent-minded people, not NDC and MPP. Now, when the president brings the DCE, you decide to accept or not. When the DCE wants to make decisions in the district, you decide. That is why we go to school to learn decentralization and local governance. We don't just the era of Kwame Plus screaming and jumping. Massa, it is dead and gone. At this point in my life, I am planning.
You are selling cement.
Apart from cement is to raise money because what kind of Sankafua you need money to do everything.
Okay, sure.
So cement is to raise money, and I have plans, and I am baby. And so just shouting and things that does not benefit my agenda. That's the good word.
So that is your agenda. You have defined your agenda. If things that will not benefit your agenda.
Yes. My agenda is to change the constitution.
Okay.
And I think that just sitting on Obi Kwan and holding command won't change the constitution.
Living crisis, Cantaman to Kokoshen Yama prices. EGYASO for some play one more tactics.
This is okay. 101.7 FM.
Doom the 5. Fele Wagalo on save your life. 101.7 FM.
When you teach economics, you have to ask your students that question. Why is it that we ask that the debt levels be maintained at prudent levels? The reason is because if you do not manage your debt properly, it will affect your exchange rate, it will affect your interest rates, it will affect your inflation, it will affect your growth. Isn't that the case? You are managing the economy in a way to look at its impact on these variables: exchange rates, interest rates, inflation, and growth rates. That is the issue. When the NDC was in government, well, way before they took us to HIPIC, remember the HIPIC period, They had mismanaged the debt level such that we had very high inflation, very high exchange rate depreciation, very high interest rates, and low growth. That was the legacy they left us. By the time we were going towards 2016, the debt levels had increased to an extent where the inflation was going up, interest rates going up, exchange rate depreciation going up, and growth also coming down. And they had to run to the IMF for a bailout. Wasn't that the case? That was NDC economic management. Our debt levels have gone up, but what has happened to inflation? It has come down. What has happened to exchange rates? Depreciation has come down. What has happened to interest rates? It has come down. What has happened to growth? It is going up. That is a difference in economic management. It's a difference in economic management. There's one that is incompetent and there's one that is competent. And if you choose the NDC, you go to the incompetent path. You choose the MPP, you have competent economic management. They didn't have COVID, but they couldn't manage the debt. We have COVID, we've been able to manage it.
Good evening. GYASO Jumedie. You are live on OK 101.7 FM. Yabedo Chedi Ampo Nyankopon ase so ode enkwa adom yen nete enkwam because yakwane yakoda normally ne yadwen ye say be sorry na yaba the next morning. But the next morning is not assured or guaranteed to any of us. Into sorry na wa de Nyankopon ase say it's just by his grace and mercy and now sorry ubetimi akampem ubetimi go Steve just say in a matter of seconds and minutes and hours o life betimi change ma wadwen be wo say enya okra e na onam ho no betimi aban say na wona mo a wo nante koba o ade be che na bi kra wanya stroke yakopom pengu de anasa ade be che kra no wanya yare kese bi afa ne de oxygen no ne ade kra be si so anasa obi wo okra ade be che no nka nipa ho bio nti everyday bia ma abrabo ne share life lessons that will make us see effort ni ahode di politicians echi NDC MPP no ni ade nyina be ya give the same effort and attention and energy to God na Nyankopon na nkokuta ne sem to de bia na ya me wanwa pa in all my years I may adwuma as a journalist I've seen MPP then NDC then NDC then MPP and wanwa say Ghana for na to abana constitution say you must be 18 years and of sound mind, you know. As the soundness of your mind, you know, we must begin to question it. Because Ghana for mebunu bebriati and wogu montane so yeah, fix it. I think we must begin to have a conversation about fixing our vote. Fixing the leadership. Now leadership nyem penifo nkokrane mranti nkokrane mrewe ya wo na betena wo. In 5-10 years, they'll be dead and gone. And penny for Ghana, Konyasu say you say the NDC or MPP both sides. In the next 10-15 years, baby free. Youth, you know, we are the future of tomorrow and today. But yeah, future for your life, it is saying. Yeah, youth, you know, your life, it is saying. The few times a youth of when your position when this in the MPP are burning, they have stolen money, insulted people. Exhibited arrogance, disrespect. Into youth of one, see, you corrected the leadership of this country. You fix it pa. And you penny for fix you. Let us begin to fix ourselves, our mindset, our thinking. It is emancipation of our brains from mental slavery. Ajina my kwaji 50 Ghana kwaji t-shirt. Instead of our minds being sound minded, no. Near the 50 Ghana cedis need t-shirt John. Near the aqua to vote. I'm NDC in the MPP. And they will come back and come and cry. We'll come back and come and demonstrate. Youth, yeah, Kojina car, yeah, fix a demonstration. Say youth of one in you imagine say will form a political party, fix it, political party. Youth in acquire demonstration is omunina ye back. I form a political party called Fix It Political Party. They are starting a contested election from every polling station, every constituency, and go to the top, to parliament and to government. Ni edru honom ni ebe better. And no na I think that we're having a conversation. But ye ebe dada no abi ti say the youth for bi Mr. President Rollins as a opposition a founder of NDC. He even was frustrated with some of these young people. See babies with sharp teeth. President Rollins onyame nam kan. Or see there were babies with sharp teeth. Enti busa me no mienu nyina emusi e ho say. See ye pese Ghana sesan. We must be the babies and the leaders of tomorrow. Now tomorrow no begins today. Yen sesen adwene ne. Me medical ka che mo dada say. Me yataba for ba. Me makikam. After 20 something years in this job for you. We are Ghanaian be bold and police your own vote. Uko jina ka kwan ho na ukoto aba ne me na me du kokromoti kosi so. Wa na ukoto waba, wa na ukosa wo be bold. Be bold. Na Kwame Nkrumah Sajefo. Onu kroji independence ma Ghana ye mani ko wu exile. He died in exile. It is a youth to no person assassin Ghana. Yem forget to cry say leadership and NDC and MPP can I see NDC for jubilate, fix it, yeah. Who told you NDC for bad they are going to do anything different? NDC. We've had NDC from 92 to 96, 96 to 2000. We've had NDC from 2009 to 2012, 2012 to 2016. Ghana assassin. Ghana assassin. And the Kufuado Swaba, no so the same Ghana. Says a cry the president Kufuado Nagasabusi and Crasso Omoya at Chemsaka Mafia. One more greed, one more said D. Eddie go more fruits or no president Kufuado Busi and Yame. Namakai. It is a per Ghana assassin. And that's your boaty. I mean, my cousin we are dada. Fix it to phone in must get this message. Say we the youth must change the future. And yet, man, you want so 2024. You better 2 MDC. One may hoote. The same one people for you hoote. Masa, way back. The only difference between NDC and MPP is say, where this kakra. One person is more clever at stealing the money to. Oba obey this can crown why you waste miss kakra the paperwork cartoon wadi. NDC bar no so be waste miss kakra. But NDC for na no mama kwaya down. Now NDC for so jedia. Obema o mo was any kakra di. You see that kind of thinking. Anyway, I see Ghanaians who say, oh, NDC wa ye de enye bidi. Ghana sika na ni ewie bi ama wedi no. MPP for ba no mo kwama di. Ni nyina ye stealing. Ni nyina ya broni beye corruption. And one ye kum Ghana besi ne. Ghana ntumi nye se Singapore ni Malaysia no. The corruption of the two political parties. The corruption of NDC ni MPP na Ghana nye ye no. And to the one say beyond NDC and MPP, we the youth to know we must begin to form political parties for. And then you say the asawa jena ya the two abano and you call form political parties. So we must start thinking different. Bob Marley can say that emancipation from mental slavery. Adwen money no I did 50 Ghana this is says no. Yes say adwen. Adwen money na ya say na NDC bo ma ebidi MPP bo ma ebini ni nyina corruption. Obi we have 1 billion no ma 50 Ghana cry corruption Ghana nye da. Let us all say that me Ghana ni menye kapre menye sempoa ya benu musu atwen ope. We want Ghana to become like the next Dubai. Na sa wo kwa kwaji NDC 20 Ghana 50 Ghana 1000. We to kwaji MPP 20 Ghana 50 Ghana because party for na MPP mu nyina say o man ye chiche post mu omu. Nti winner takes all na we are back to it. Obi ajijibi. Nti where will Ghana go? Nti one pound obeka tell me there me sum Ghana mine ebi ni ho. You say who cry we on so we independent go who dey do attempt kese. Me see the rate at Twitter party social commentators food soldiers ni Ghana for social media boys and girls. Didi even media people and other people some journal people who are supposed to be independent ni do matem. Ghana ye beche o. Makache nesto ye boy. Ye beche. Because people are even independent minded no. Ye do how many times do you hear say MPP for credit mahamatem. I'm not saying it is right, it is condemnable. Because the pan sacrificing on so best from my Ghana. Some president mama or tini boli and kabay not in the summer heart to be muma or no a cruiser or chilling. But he decided to come and sacrifice fine or bayana and koye. President Kufuor to on one in Yanam Krasi and koye. And Tiania obia sacrifice. But the thing is that say yen Ghana for 9 years gonna say unkoje Kufuor the same one in teku. Unkoje Mahama same one in teku. Also NDC I'll best support NDC as a genuine supporter. Oh, support MPP, I best support MPP as a genuine supporter. No crown me for me argument say let us go beyond NDC and MPP and encourage Yamranti and Maba Wano to start forming other political parties. Start thinking outside the box because doing fee, suba money no chrono no. Everybody and yes, it can be a nature so about obey we are one more. And we think we can face Ghana with this kind of mindset. You think we can fix Ghana? Me cry me refi me ho me ka say me am ye dede ma Ghana biu. Me say Nkrumah owo exile. Nkrumah died in exile.
Okay, FM.
Enya me na me Ghana ye. Enya me na me Ghana ye matu me ho for da. Seven. Me yataba for ba ene akua poma ba. I was born and buffeted in Tema General Hospital. Me meku me ho. Emma Ghana. Na me cry me kojina finfin say me ka bia asan atwe ano. Eti say anopheles mosquitoes. Abedi matem me nka me gide. Me mediane yesen. Despite me dey sick or the mami ahia na medi. Ka me nya me board ya pese bi ni makoyira wa me ko de aka ni nyina ye change. De aka ni nyina ye change. But you come and speak to the goodness of Ghana. And o man ne dache na say ya na ye be ye no de a. And no my Ghana na nkasa ne nga abregu. And then fix it. The issue is fix it against we are fixing it. Emu de ye ye o man Ghana ni ye. Fix it. As against we are fixing it. Emu de ye ye. Ti na mbo Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia voice kire mo no say and this abe collapse economy me no I don't even care. Say me I'm tired of and NDC for the years and NDC for the bro. Dr. Bawumia sing a different tune. You have been in charge of the economy for 4 years. Granted say Ghana for ni bian so ya dwen kasa so ye lose kakra. And Ghana for ni bian so ye refresh them. That is why this politician person kai with the NDC aye na NDC so ba person kai with the MPP aye. Na ke nyina aye akoya nimu a. And it doesn't matter who did what and who did what. Go, what have you done? Speak more about what you have done. Then the opposition, I forget it. Because NDC and MPP, Munina, Duka Daya. You don't continue to pretend as if you are fixing Ghana, brother. And I'm all there saying, just fix Ghana, never Ghana, young Kuyanim. Fix Ghana, no more Ghana, and Kuyanim. We shall have just near. Your family, Vim lady, AFIA POKUAA. Now, I had it, we say it as it is. No Korean one, Yabeka. Ghana for mbetia mo antia yayi adwuma yaji pay we go. I'm not responsible for the lack of knowledge or the lack of it. I am asem cause we can no kra na make Ghana for ebedu atem banchi akase ne ya concern come abusuafo mo de hye ne wasahene ofa kwasi agima ye otoso enan nana ada ne bankuru so wona na ye akuapem kronti hene nana we de yakopon emfa wo entu kwan ne ye bra wo kọ akurei asem ya ahomte next week ya na abusuafo ne say wo mo Asia August there to 14th August wo mbe hia wo political friends ye baby wo mbebo edwa kese no ya wada August there to do me no 12 August wo mbetena se ya wo akropon akuapem enti we de yera Dr. Asante uka akropon dia no mo na esi ahenefo akese Asante political science department University of Ghana Legon mo de hye eneda efomi osahene ofai akwasi agema ye otoso enan nana ekọ akura wada ne benkum so nana 90 ye akwantuo ya wo nananom ukoto awo mo eso no nuanom ene abusuafo nyina so wo ma ya akopa me former boss kwasi asare AKGB man GB me chiao anwumrei Dr. Brakonso ye chiao ema good evening wo guidance ni ade a wo de ma afia mo ntene ha mo nyese ni nyina ena me ye nyina ba bedru sa na seda kase so nkoma Dr. Father Dixon da my executive producer ya wo gina echi ena ye nua be ma odame ne ma me so adane benkum so achese abusuafo se mo ambegya wo ma yie wa achema cross nyina no wo mo edamase mo time mo waste ye ensa mo be bo wo mu odame so odamu nyina ase se mutumi ebeye no mo etisa Kojo Hansen ena ye in charge of son of Frema Bankro na etwi atum social media baby a ye de ho sem nyina ebro ye twen nua be ma Richard Asante eyeboa so ba be ken na NS oyeboa atena se dada fix it wo mo de mo che say Ghana we have gone beyond it about 65 years of independence na sie ntumi enya hwekura anka de nkroma gya ye no enke protect ye kra de nkroma factory na kra ye collapse. In fact there was a government a PNDC government formed diversity implementation committee say enton it wasn't bad intention mum they sold it because no for say private hands mu a ena kebeboa and factories nya agu one day one ever nanado buy or there be and also ye hwe de akwakosie but the question is yes fix it ube fix it na on fix it so anyway more good evening ni akwaba
mejo so
oho ye de
yami adom na so
yakopon so adom mo so yo wabusianfo no ho ye obia na unu anu ma onu ko fix it demonstration obia ye okay de obia empra
there be and that for me is an example of leadership. Look, new IGP wabe say me high many enka He's going to be one of the best IGPs this country has ever had.
And that's what your voice, mommy.
He's going to be one of the best IGPs this country has ever had. And menka because of said the or superintendent a year or course Debbie. This is somebody I have known. Me sana me was CPP. This is somebody I have known in my days in the CPP. Emma no crown po nearby be your yetchere be and ne de keka ho. Emma Kata Koto name that time no your friends saying Greater Accra Regional Commander. Me sure said the papa. I mean, young court demonstration we couldn't go. Or my reasons in tia yentimi nko. Besi neni na me fa sa paper no na me kanya. Me who said the reasons are papa ne ma ene nyansa bebre wom. And it was on that basis in ti ena sa oye chene ambaso. Your Congress be so your handle yeah. I mean you would feel so say police for na yeni ebe mo mu bibi. But rather than this is a man onone after making sure say there was peace and security for the Congress in Bibiana also donated items.
Oh, donated items,
exactly.
Wow.
I mean, for Tina, I want to mention so, and he's not proud, he's not arrogant, he's down to earth, and he understands. Say, baby, I mean, that time no, yeah, friends and Greater Accra Regional Commander. He understood. Say, baby, Otina, he's there because of the people. I see a lot that can come out of Sir Papa just for ononkwan the leadership in T. Now, I also see say Oyobia Odinokre or your principled. Say assembly at the Hanum say onfa enkonkoto a Hanum say just because say but you see, yeah can this one na yeah can the limitations are obetimi FAC. And one of the biggest limitation if it's a document constitution article 200 said the architecture na eti the formation of the police service no le de keka ka ho it will be very difficult for such an independent principled minded individual as Ora Dampare any compromise one way or the other and I say one omo foster ne appointment ne enya issue bia along the way but say omo
the constitution ya wo kan ye a guarantee independence of the institutions including the police service ntinga ye kan pass in the strict application of constitution and also to mean independent
but we share 200 honom na I mean neni na ye betimi yi na fi honom just at will say what can same be and why ye bibi entine sa lack of security of tenure say nipa na ewo office honum na nka obenya the independent because so say ebe yi no ntino obeye de wo no opese oye anase obeka de wo opese oka sanka sa de na ebe fi honum a I am very sure say this IGP will leave a lasting legacy. He's a fighter. The entire fighter, and they say he exerts our principles now. Here can the principles of honesty. I'm sure say he's one of the few police officers on J bribed. I am very sure about that. But I mean, baby, I didn't call question. Are we setting him up to fail, or we are setting him up to succeed?
But I mean, somehow okay, I have a testimony to it. I mean, okay. So no, yeah, who media person? Yeah, this you be a kufu dampai. Yeah, nene dia grossa. No. Until can we use word be a principle. Yes, he's a principled person, and that not be Druhano. Then no answer the bedi nenim. I mean, ye di enim no kran san obedu ho. Ye enim no kran san obedu. I mean, media for or nyesa or support ye nkeke. Or san bom paye boa or more futu. He's one in a million.
Good.
He's not such a simple person, sir.
Internet, that is it.
He's not such a simple person, sir.
Yeah, kano me de o mine ebe toto poultry farm ho say obi biara otie me no I mean wa observe it, I mean happenings in a poultry farm. Said the poultry farmer make a correct poultry farm. Poultry farmer ne etimi de kanea e manipulate nkoko no or person nkoko ni na gada e wo your friends and one spotter or said your bear kanea na so be dum no so be so said then you but who say our control. What am I saying? What I am saying in nane and I say yem penny for no and whether we have because me a potokasa Rebecca say leaders. But unfortunately I'm not seeing it. We don't have leaders. They may be occupying positions.
Okay.
They are occupy position, president, vice president, ministers of state, deputy ministers, MPs, DCs, headmaster, imam, pastor.
But they are leaders.
They are not leaders.
They are not leaders. They are not.
I'll give you one example. If you are. They na ye or ye chen. Na ya so yensem in a ringa chese ye ko. Afi obe na we de your friend saying I sort wa no nsu ewie no de ato form. And I found myself on a number of occasions there, masa fefi ho no mo.
Me hu so okuta plastic bag kwa wo de sisa bola.
What got me to go and pick your friends and plastic and start picking all of a sudden was because kofo no man no mo de ato form. Later fe me share and say okay, there's no letter being. Ti me pick it and then I saw say others have come to join her.
Almost so pick it.
Almost so pick it. It's right from Kwame Nkrumah Circle all the way to Independence Square. Not a single letter bin. Not a single letter bin from Kwame Nkrumah Circle all the way to your friend is saying Independence Square.
Na dia na sisi hona na esi dadie bi so no na ebi ni ho.
Ebi ni ho.
Wow.
Ebi ni ho no mo. And
because
you can say
2019 o said omo di bi by sisi ho.
Well, and it is not there.
Wow.
And omu replace here. And your taxes no mo de here. And I still an emfe bi ma ho no mo. Look. I was expecting say at the end of the day yeah me who say media I mean journalists be to trap pictures near they be cry stories ewo ho. Unfortunately, well that's an aspect of the story. Say the focus was on me and your friends saying exerting some patriotism. Yes, but it's a minute aspect of the story.
Okay.
The real story for me is the fact that there is the lack of letter bins.
Okay.
Right from Kwame Nkrumah Circle to Independence Square. That should be the focus. The
Which is also another failure on the part of maybe AMA for me in charge of the area.
What I mean by the absence of some letter bins for me is the absence of leadership.
Okay.
Because they were leaders, they would know. Say you cannot have a human society. I won't cater for sanitation. Because I get denya yeti meti hanum say is akana. Me sweat ya ho be bon. Ti me use your friend is saying or the saying tissue paper. Ehifa na me de beto and all. So the absence of that for me it shows is that somebody is not thinking like a leader. We are known if you honor. Now there is also the aspect of the AMA nana or the Ebano. Mati say oyechebi eba bekoso. What stopped the AMA awojime taxes from taking the initiative? Say okay, before, during and after the process, we'll make sure say sanitation there because more sanitation team. Ayetu amoka yetuo ni editu amoka. They did not make themselves available. Your fan is they thought a demonstration ebe nipa kakrebi. Fine. Na muti yese afe nipa abana. So there's no leader there. Say be obe mobilizing and crowd for say nanki e dream sanke na holiday. But said yeah ayeni internet come and then let's ensure say there is sanitation and the place is neat. But Nothing like that happened. Means you have a body of people occupying positions and they don't feel accountable to any of us.
Okay.
Almost feel accountable to any.
Okay.
Not in our taxes, not in our money, not in our health, not in our education, not in our for all sectors. Kokolebu, go to the surgical ward. Tell me, say it doesn't need painting. Tell me, say your friend saying schools under trees, and we don't have the resources. And then what we have, any money to build your friends and cathedral. No crazy honomo. We have imams. We have pastors. No krebaku kwenye omumuse omobekacha yaman penise at this material point in time in the history of our country. Yes, sir, omampeni. Ebia, yes, we are promised to God. Say ubesi cathedral. But at this moment, there are here any factories, there are here any schools, there are here any hospital, there are here any. I mean, these are the things we are looking for.
But and as remember our bebusa plan be a unia A+ can was say money plan. But on the factory issue, no, and they are President Kopru Bruno East. Wako inaugurate starch processing factory oh. And eku juice. Me ama ko eku juice. Ama where say eku juice oh. Although 1D1F no, MPP phone to me nyina. It's a fact. It's a fact. So munye.
And it's not flying.
Yeah, but when they what is wako be factory bi anu wo
Menti.
We read the story with peace. And again. Cathedral no almost one makasa nye Ghana sika no mo de koya no mo se mo de Ghana sika na be almost se nkofo donate
minim kra ne yebubu medan
your radio
of course judges ne dan na ho no why dan yebubu medan I have spent maboka
Ghana for sika
maboka. So to consider Saturday way as a priority at this time shows the absence of leadership.
Okay.
And no one say na maker.
Okay. But again, Patrol Bra, sir, when you mind me say A+ can say be say money, and not because of A+ necessarily, but like it's a general comment, it's a general concern. Say you don't have a plan. And for policy NDC for the sponsor, is there a plan about fix it now? And a one-off demonstration be? Is there a plan? And what is the objective?
A+.
Oh, the man refer to him. Ignore him. Say he said it.
And it mentioned him there 3 times.
Only because me born a voice.
Okay. What's a crab on a voice account? And I can't ignore him. Or I mean you a penny. And you see, me de nini nina evermano. Because this is an individual. There was a time in this country. Na kasa wedding papa and almost everybody was afraid. Say Obibi na no akasa. A+ was one of the few group of Ghanaians, especially in the your friend is a music industry, and I say arts industry, no, to voice out as of the time and say the necessary things. Okay, Miss Rosso and I make it.
Yeah.
See, this is the man A+. But our number, if he had these concerns,
and A+ as him, but do you have a plan? Have you explained a plan to Ghana for including A+? So don't target him.
Maybe he could have simply called me, say, I mean, then what's the plan? Blah 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 blah. Maybe I church him, but to have come all the way on air leaves a certain impression. Be say as a dream bonny kakra eka ho. It may not be so, but that's the impression.
Okay.
Eja.
Okay. But do you have a plan?
We certainly have a plan. A
plan anything?
Means na hanu we say enka. But what I can say is what we all know. So the country needs fixing.
Okay.
And that is all that matters. The unya ono fele se omane ehia fixing. You know can be biakra on tiasie because and fix the country it's from a very individual perspective. Say adie bia ekoso wo wankasa wa brabo ma unhu se ye fix ya ebebo my money na
na mode
yeah,
but what we hear a drum no ma boa this agenda. It is a President Rollins by no year revolution, no for DHS students, everybody. So what is the objective? Say, you better fix it demonstration, you better nationwide, you better regions, you better districts. And I say, you youth no you better prepare policy statement to be a better only say. And our suggestion I demand by say fix it by A, B, C, D. Because placards in there, it was more of complaints. And how should we it be done? Because any to Obama abino, so we can give Abino the reason to fix the country.
If yeah, where have we come from? I was here a dream. We have come from a place now far amount for especially the youth. Na unse dodona fire who say penny for nisika area and walk. I have listened to you right from Baby Anawo ABC where we are today. I have listened to you. I have followed you. Both figures. Now who team screaming your lungs out.
My jai.
And so no be no. The next phone call ebeba and MPP phone and so and so NDC phone so and so. And I know how depressing Sadiana is.
It is.
It's painful.
It is.
So what can some na chen kwafanka okasanka the conversation would take a new dive no. Na baby esha na eshe. And that is even for omwa as a form. The vast majority of the people no for a long time and fire home. This is where we have come from. Tino no. In itself is part of fixing the country.
Okay.
You need concerned citizens. You need people who care. You need people who are asking questions. People who do what you inspect, not what you expect. The absence of your friend is saying force of a citizenry. Yeah, papa. Na do kasem inauguration. I see here then citizens, not spectators. Citizens.
That's
the process. Okay. There is no planner. Even Saturday we cry in the ground. It's in itself part of awakening. You have to wake the people up. It's part of the awakening. It's part of the effort to be able to drive Ghana to that promised land of a fixed country.
Okay. Mame call Ira Richard Asante Eboaso as Deputy Director of Communications for a sitting government that almost say they are fixing it. Whether or not I'm passing they are fixing it. But so me here back after Mr. Asante Eboaso because it's still on my plan. And we have seen this before. Under President Rollins, let the blood flow. Me wafa penny be Mr. Chris Ameni. It was a common no cause if ya students or munyina ko swag go let the blood they be catch them say I regret it. Senke nepa no ye teenager. 1920 said yes, I no yena and Kobiaka said let the blood flow unko niche. So we realized that even with the shooting, and me Professor Bako Legon, Dr. Isa Santino catch me letters this weekend now was sending me letters of a friend saying Nkrumah letters are a free fracture even to a champon. People have attempted the Ernesto Muye. It hasn't worked. Into what are you going to do differently? Abema Ghana for Ebejimodi and Amunya leadership position because President Rollins here let the blood flow, better na kunya. So we all saw how Ghana ended. It couldn't fix after 19 years of President Rollins. It could not fix. Indeed, we are in a fix. Era Asante Eboaso motia kunya so. Mate say emebunu esu. But we are aware even of the sentiment of ground now.
Me da se bebe obapa na me den chia be ma menua kutoa Ernesto. Onua na tisen.
Me ado menua.
Me hu na che. Na ni omni se your participatory democracy mo. Enti eno no ma ho kwan se obia to make kana adwen. Na kabema minka bi de any nyina the beauty of democracy. Na
Peter voice kakra so mame.
Ye na yakoye Ghana fo nko ide. Na yeti oman mu no se bibi koso na obi ka se aban enye nia aban na hyese ye to abama no be ya enye menye so se ebone. Na nie na ye wa ban mu so nie se ma nipa na ti ase ne se nie ayaye eni egusu ye no at every point in time ye be kai Ghana for ne nipa no oman mu no mohu nie aban no ye na na mo aban ni too on some of the issues some be reason ye nso so monti ase no ye betime mo explanation e beboa enye so mo akoye demonstration and sana ya komasa on a daily basis to say MPP leadership communicators ye kasa abaye we nya me be na mitio me betena kwa na wampo uka nya wa hu se this week hu ye kra hu factories too call the northern part of the country rice mill omampan akoye hu awie ya start ye adwuma ene ne ekokọ so waka wase ama nyina ye hu ni nyina akireo se oman no on yes aban ni be bia no gusu awoye ene nkire se ye ba no ye se ya solve all the problems of this country and means America kro mo problem nyina mo so abunwe they have issues UK mo problems no mo ntimi so abunwe but what it is say aban ti nipa no how osun ni ekoma adi nipa ne yam na anamo aban ni tuntu at every point in time obi be friend say yen enye nia ese yesi ye ba ye be no ye be som ye buguso ye adwuma no na aya na menua na ka bibi say ade ba ko ede ba bia meni menua mo ye di party kakra bi aya efa unso okaso no ka say okọ demonstration no or take a responsible position na ewura na omodi gugu fam no so ni ade do no statistics sasa mebo ana eno no obeka say leadership na nye leadership a leadership who take position here but ade ayen kai Ghana for ni say on that particular stretch any Accra you nim say aside Zoom Lion any ministry of sanitation Madam Cecilia omo provide beans waste beans across Accra e be kosisi sasa ni side woni nyina if one abana say being a depreciate and say den nipa na ko wiaye. So when we don't even remind ourselves say abai to anamo bi wo na obi akokati cable mebo electricity cable nti ye ka say ye sa na mani nyina no nia say utu leaders no fo no na the population anamo anipa so be to the best nem na say ye hwe video be na isa meta ye de tutu gata so se ne be ya ka entoma na so bi nkotia so na onkobu ni namu na mrantie o makofa najo omakoye free so sometimes we need to remind ourselves say enyema bi wo ha anamo aye na say tuka ho ye ka say feed the country obisu is good ye be fisi ye gusu fisi na mema nyema mo hu aban anamo aban tu
meti ase ba to bo ansa omibusa question bi say as a government amoti akonwa so a mo ka che Ghana for say you can do better than NDC enti Ghana for dia akukudro VIM pa to abeti NDC Emamo, in addition to what we gave you extra 1 million. Do you feel the sentiment on the ground? Say ground in yet a comedy Crawford buofu, Crawford so and your man koye. Do you people feel it? And I saw no me okay, muti air condition to me okay. That's the question I want to answer to.
Oba papa, ni wumi say obi obejina aka say MPP aban by was solve obi a problem of my mo ano. Nipa corona odintro. Bobi suwa obeka se MPP aban obaye ontu anamon em better the lot and the conditions and say nipa ya titremu eni abrabo mu mpuntu abaya abrabo no obi obeka se onhu se e better than what MPP came to meet na nipa kono onpeso beka no kre me ma indicators.
So Ghana for today are better than they were under NDC.
Of course.
Really?
And I'll give you indicators. When you are there, me and me,
fine, omit indicators. And say, but more Ernesto in Crawford, I'm going demonstration. I'm say fix it.
They are asking for more, and it makes sense. I'm not sure. Say, me no bet me aka so onim say abai nanka say sabi oni obakra or court secondary school. Na o fase for mu. Any abushafo bi on better na agi school fees school akotwa school fees meboa. Ene abai ofa meboa. Abai tua me won for school free education. Kon free. So onim hwe kura no onmi say aban baaye no yemfa nipa bi kura no yenka other jobs ni ade there has been measures put in place this and napkwa e provide stopgap measures e ma amanfo obetimi aka chem so nurses nko a ya form under this regime any other health and allied staff including medical doctors laboratory physicians all these people are form any scientists we are looking close to 100,000. Obetimi amwo hu say teacher for because of free education e buy any double track no teachers additional teachers ya form ye betimi amwo hu programs which say planning for food and jobs ni pa form edwuma ama na ekoso this one district one factory we are looking at ni 104 factories ya complete ebi mu nso at various stages of completion no we are looking at close to events 180 no sa types ni nyina na afom we are nipa close to 150,000 people nipa betime hu say ye fa nyuma nipa ye adwuma beyond that no
yeah but so answer my question no me say do you feel mo say ground nya na the youth no kan of form no mo te ana
papa see near you for no can yet na your mind move
nti mo te say e form nya kom de ngomate
me nya sure say
and e kom de nkofo
how can you say that oni pa de akombedi obi dana nyame bo nipa na kra no na eye de akombedi obi because obi wo ho be ye adwuma obi wo kra odi adwuma na man
ko onye there be say yi mo ya we say kom de nkofo ground nkofo so e sheche NDC time no
no that situation I will not agree despite even COVID I wo ho no so be catch me say enne na sitremu enye worse say MP NDC for na then I ask myself NDC for wo ho no na inflation na say 15 over 15.4%. So kotonem the rate attrition more nema bo kosoro na sa na akona ni makoduru sa the bakro catch me say sabre na enne inflation me no ka say 7.8 no na o ka say NDC abamu na nema mu ya mana then I will not understand. Emra na MPP wo no we a businessman and this one we a businessman akobobusia every banker or buy him na interest rate you are looking at between 35 to 33 to 35%. Busia akobobusia nsi wona ema no and now a businessman na akoje busia you are looking at from 18 to 22 23%. Into be a businessman say around that time not a better off say and now I will not understand despite COVID. Emra NDC aban wo ho no na import duties ane wo no obi anti so abai ba yet bi so 50% ebi 30% including cars in there meba oba yet tititi so wie no you share even in terms of the performance of your city obi or their business obiko importing your manema any manema oba hime NDC pension
ti yeso aye importing as well
and me we import
omo ye demonstration e mu do say na importing
and me say omo importing say me I'm going sector by sector I'll go to Bia ono oye abaya dwuma obia bia ono oye le dwuma obi oye teacher ni o teacher the memma ni abaya ya mo betimi akai say
da bi ma Richard Sansi e bossa ma ye sa ne ma we nyina say hia say wo be tabulate na wakenkan ni nyina o because any pana wo kan so a businessman am pa say when you all these benefits the person will know hia say wo be kan me pacho demonstration na omukọ ye ne say am pa say the kan say more fixing Ghana. I don't want joining demonstration to tell them that we are fixing Ghana. And I won't meet you omo. Na mon can't say abai we are fixing it. Now ABCD ni IHS say we are fixing it.
Oh, see. Telling them you are fixing it. I'm sure there've been several opportunities. You know more than come. A bit of some conversation. We are letting them know say abai katani. And abai emfa ni sabin kumen church say monse no mo kano. Here they are citizens of the land. And if there are issues are also more raise on be raise you be church mu because why you need because and it's not possible at any point in time to finish all the problems of humanity to me meboa who solve bi no na fofreba now will solve but you improve the lot of the people
okay
ya ka kwan and na me share video bi na me say A+ so or no dey who say kwan ya wa salam down and it's true. My office is about salam down. When I look at the roads and I salam down, it's being fixed.
Me so me free in a bus is here solar.
One who say
free solar and a buy fine yenye.
Very good.
Me free yo iri.
Very good.
Bole road or my ye dia mahama ye no fufu su solar. And only road that. And cross what to do. But okay, but to be fair to you, me kono bachotobo. To be fair to you, me say mahama road I swear to ma amo yes I don't know whose contract it is. But me also be feeling
there will not be the need for us to go back to
but say kwan be maintenance is allowed.
No, but that kwan da be ye enya kanazore ni road no
minimum dey say kanazore
there for afford in sem buy no say ye ni year we didn't have many months enti eduma bia we politicians ought to be blamed for certain things and there are things so the citizens ought to own up to their responsibility me no me count sem be me sem bi mami when him say yeti krom Ghana here over 88% of your tax revenues every Accra Nkwa.
Accra Nkumasi. Almost 90% of it Accra Nkumasi.
Accra Nkwa 88.
Oh, 88. Okay, 88.
Unim say the second region provide more tax revenue. Wouldn't be region crow.
Yeah, Ashanti.
No, Eastern region.
Oh, okay,
Eastern region.
And then revenue in the back.
My point to you is say, there was lockdown in Accra. It meant say Ghana over 80% of your economy and revenues in Ghana a tregu. So but you see when it comes to say your case or how you come any beer in your be because you never be boy dinner. People don't remember say because of COVID, you know, and A, B, C, D, and of course where before COVID, now what was the growth of the economy? 6-7%. Maybe because of economy, the economy confirm. Ghana, we are seeing now. Ghana is among the countries that recover faster in terms of the economy growth.
It's true. It is true. I read a World Bank, but say I'm okay. Can figures no. Ordinary in Kofor no, because 2 or more solar ejumuno. They don't know the numbers. See, Ghana is the fastest growing recovered economy. On feeling when you go to
no boy, you're 2 by 7 months.
Na me cry me tie me cry me suya man. Mr. Sandia, who we say recovered economy? It is not in my pocket. I'm not feeling it.
Me woman crank. Mama church mu
kaka. They won't know man temo one day you can't blame me for it.
Me say why born? Me say mama church me say kaka. The question no wo me.
They be mo na mo tie akonya no. Tutu na ho say me tata mo question mo.
Question ba my mama church say.
Debi anu de nyina my ya we can feed it in our pocket. Anya obe no abema comment. I'm saying that if Ghana is the second fastest
Ekoto aba 7 months ago. Your performance was put before the people of this country to vote.
And then
nipa say ye ni sonia moye no ba munyira mo na munye mo. The same thing na yemi mo mo feed the country for eka. I'm not sure they will sit anywhere and say when this government came, no, they are not seeing any improvement anywhere. They are not seeing any side of the economy benefiting or seeing any progress anywhere.
Before Obana, Ernesto, Mr. Answer that question. No, who be that and I must say improvement and I say who be.
They wouldn't want more. They want to see faster rate of things. They want to see, but say no so since MPP
Wakanda or see there is lack of leadership in every sector.
No, that I disagree. And then the beauty of democracy say, so you might not be satisfied with also parties well. Also, you cannot be leadership in every sector. But me to say me all the current IGP Abaso. I try so a leader. Oh, so
no by 2 weeks or say 1 week.
2 years as he's been in the system. He's a leader among the leaders of the police before this recent promotion. And so no basta papa Abaso. No, you know see Ghana. Yes, it's anymore. There's no leadership. Only a politician go or kwa sorry for so. Concremo for so. I'm the dumb phone now. Even radio station. I'm so the moka home. Because I see the whole country, including on what here or for me, economic fighters group and I say union. Meboa. Or parties are no crown leader. What's the whole country? And yes, I don't know parties are no crown leader. Yeah, Canadian nano. We are not showing leadership. There are people who are building businesses like Oras Osekwame. He's a leader. He's shown the way. People are following his footsteps. You might not be satisfied with the things that are yenina, but he's showing it.
Okay.
Akufo-Addo Oba on case was solve Ghana for problem, you know. But me no can say before Akufo-Addo Beba, now how many car assembling plants in there apart from Kantanka, no more starting Niema, and then me no can say Toyota. Your VW Passat. Your Sano truck. Ghana for a year more. Omoya baku prampa Ghana nyenye.
But odi abami figures no.
Na me sure say so omoya baku say medical catch say one factory no I provided jobs for events over 150,000 Ghanaians.
Okay, odi atobo mama. Car assembly plan. Text no more actual figures no. Because our car assembly plan me nyen work as ho no.
Any problem. Me mpo de mint na mfama no nkoka bibi no aka so numbers na kan na no kra nya no kra. Wo pa ochena. Wo for UTV, uni OK FM, any Peace FM. These companies they are operating. Go there with your cameras. Go and check the number of people who are employed. Say nipa bako, Ghana ni bakumpa. It's a job that has been created. And it's yet here. Hey, yet Ghana has this year.
Okay, they are to bonamema. And that's why you question. I don't question.
Me see, meba. We might not be satisfied with everything in Ekoso. But Ghana, ye African countries, in terms of progression, any anamontua year 2. Ghana is leading in Africa in several of the things I can want. he na ye hwe esi asundwe nkomodie ye hwe akonsundwe nkomodie Ghana ye number 2 the whole of Africa aside Mauritius. Ye hwe in terms of the attraction of foreign direct investment into any African country. The only country ultimately did Ghana Egypt. Ghana ye number 2. Attraction of West Africa there, Nigeria for omud de baby cry. In terms of gold production of gold, Ghana and then you beat South Africa and the Addo Akufo-Addo. You might not be happy with everything, but these are glorious news. Yes, you can watch them. Oma me, you take Romai, you can na you two, you can same so cocoa production. Yes, you man cost since independent up to today. You have the highest ever production of cocoa is happening under Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. You might not be happy with everything under Akufo-Addo. Me kaso yo nyame. Nyani nyana woni beti but anamonto ekoso no yemom nsema ho say we are doing this better but let's improve in these areas. But you can say hwe nkoso nyama nkoso abra enkola eco school free omuntu examination fees uka obi so nka obi mo betimi atua mo ntua mame obi obeka chiro say free education
odi atobo ansa because they who can hear SHS asem na okay from Nkrasi ameko Nkrasi ameko before crowd bedru ho no na ya asem me call you yiri Nkra ni baby from mama me video no na yi just schools under trees yan kasankasa.
Oh, it's true.
Enkola no kra me school omuti ni ase enti ensuo mu na headmaster no and such a school has been in existence for 11 years. Enye ho even your mama kra mu bole school for nkola just o ma me de akonwa ama na de aba school
obai
what I say me ko krache omuti form anyemu enti before bedu free SHS awo be brage no na chese wo kra school no wajai
mami kasi me
no nje chinje it's fixing free SHS alone no it's not fixing the entire education system
me ngira kan tro say Ghana ye ni schools a ewo duase me ngira me otrofo but it's a challenge that people have to address their minds to it when say aban esi schools but every day new schools are back up without any radar of GES be a community one knows you can wobom ye school nje ya no mutitintu ya na akire aban akwa adopt. There are some of them so ya aban schools omo dan be ebu na resources omuntumi enkoye me ngira nkasa but me no kasa minim say under this government in terms of school classroom blocks nkwaye ya provide over 1,300 classroom blocks.
Osema hama mobile omusu provide bi
ntina me say
provide classroom block
problems ni nyina woni bibi yetumi resolve problem ni nyina nne but nia ya no ye bebo hu dawro nia wa kan ya wo kan say me magi video no ye be follow up government will find solution to it. That is what the government is doing.
Mobile no need database of schools under trees, schools without desk, schools struggling, schools that need support. We need our database no.
We have the data and every day no abaye yebi.
Okay. Odi emfa school ni dey because me my education minister na me dey na betna. They will discuss that matter about
now the education school assembly bon say. Me njira kroma ana me ntina wafidie so. Enhwe Ghana fo nyina anim ene wanim ne menuan anim. Enka se MPP aban. Nyame tu nsupagu na Addo Akufo-Addo so e de ne baaye no. Se ye me hwehwe Ghana yi. Ye buy no problems we Ghana ina ya solve. Mean to me kasa.
Okay.
Because there's no even America. Almost school dying or problem. Now I don't want to say events a bridge abu ama nipa ewu America. You hear issues of nyama bia ekoso a nyani nyina na homeless o mo de bridge asi o mo de nsuo mu nyama ekoso nyama bebre.
Omo your junkies.
But the point is say no bia na junkie. Obi wo ha o ye homeless. Onya djuma mpo nyonye. There's unemployment in America.
But they say there's employment here. People from Ghana.
Ghana say you only say Ghana for new be na enya adwuma. Ode adwuma.
Sasante abo. Answer me question na mama answer me say.
Question dey himu na pese me answer me.
Magusa bebre na ode aso avia na answer dia baby si wo agenda so.
Ghana for na me ne omkasa through you ntimi fan sem so abo. Ode bisa me.
Me busa question bi say.
Anije kwan so.
Ode tobo me ma asante abo mpacha obusa question bi na o ka say. Oma fix it. Now you are demanding for more. Mbacho, is that the issue? Do you see say Ghana is being fixed?
We are fixing it. It's being fixed.
O the money here no mo call demonstration.
I say o ma mi ewu. O say wada. Obebon.
Peja one mame na
Obia so be ko ni fie.
Okay.
Ebeka one o mame efunu no. And the reality will show.
So are you saying say all sectors in nyina ye bad?
Me betina ha no mu say. Minye address me to say NDC. Minye NDC near between any NDC and we are better and then noise.
Or no making noise, Anna.
Of course.
But I think you should be fair to him. Say a discussion, So
discussion.
He's not making noise.
If you talk like that.
Let me
spoke
put
and
this.
I never
you see
told you say
my interrupt you.
But the use of the word noise, no.
I mean that's.
I think you should withdraw that.
What
can that say? President say we should be citizens.
Intolerance. That's not good.
Mamen twaso say entwasuma na marriage.
Okay.
You need not to continue. So who kasa your mark and mark him. No be kasa soon your can or ye. Then what's the need for me to be here to come and talk?
O kasa mi edin yo. Mi edin na mi tie yo. You see, if there was even any leadership in amanyoko na party na ufim na any abai na ufim na, you shouldn't even be sitting here with me this evening.
Why?
And it is not about tolerance and I say intolerance.
Mm-hmm.
What we did on August 4th was a message to leadership. Unye leader, untia sem na ye kana na unhuso.
Okay.
And let me draw it home. Said Debia Obetia said sometimes friends say in public discourse, World's Women's Day. Nasi menstrual health. Your friend say you can't rape. It's subject beer. A member be jip efa and I say eno be che table no on that day. You won't be happy. And what I've learned and they say when oppressed voices are voicing out and have a space, and your honum na then government friends party from morning, afternoon, evening, the whole day on every media platform you are there. Get 2 ways why your friends saying fix the country babe cheche. Honestly speaking, I thought say your party would exercise the leadership of not showing up. Say journalists or befro. But if you were listening, if you were being leaders, as we expect, you would even say Debbie, let's defer the platform to them. Yentie omasema omo ekano. And then let's find answers to your friends and semna omo ekana.
Okay, but Oka say they should not be sitting here. Also you being fix it. And the person says they are fixing it. Why shouldn't they have a right to sit and debate you? How they should fix Ghana?
But this is not the response we are looking for. As our response, we are yati 24/7. I mean, from 92 to date, yeah, bro. If we are sick and tired, Okasa and NDC, dear Siomo. Metiam say meanings you are. I mean, what has that got to do with NDC? Resolve Sadiana. And stop every time. Be a same, be a make a be a NDC, NIMPP. We are sick and tired of Sadiano. You see, and I believe that the youth of Ghana in their numbers are seeing Sabe Kwanya in Crawford Eddie Air Faso. Wagadri Kwano Modi Air Faso. Be the Beba Betuan Mubia in Yang Biana has to be reduced to what NDC did and what MPP did. Adding the Unya MPP and I say NDC Anya Ghanaian.
Okay.
We don't want to mean Kawasem, MIM Fase, Asem na wo can any MIM fa NDC and MPP in Bambe to.
Okay.
In my head. Nema now kikanina is noise because it doesn't answer my questions. Issues na media too prone so no, you are not answering them. Oh, Kasi, you are better than the NDC. If the NDC was better, we wouldn't have voted them out.
Okay.
If the NDC was any better, we wouldn't have voted them out. And that Trump, they are not here.
Yeah, but
because they know. So when it comes to the issue of say fix the country, you know, they have no morality to speak.
NDC.
Absolutely. Why are they not here? And as in a production decision.
Oh yeah, because NDC is not in power. That's why they are not here. We didn't invite them.
But even so,
because the question to fix Ghana now is not for NDC to ask.
Good. And you've answered it very well, commonsensically, and that's the point. It's NDC now, Bobo. I hadn't saying anything. Why?
So are you saying Kofu suspect say mo so mo dia mo NDC for come on? Say am say Okuje to black for baby.
Say it
or baby.
Debbie.
Wamba.
Let me say it here and now.
Omo sponsor amo.
Say politician bia obema obisika in the name of fix the country we waste you sika. Because we are not looking in your direction at all. This is our country, Asasini. And we are rising up to fix it. We are rising up to give the suitable response. And say, Yakana Munti. Obi Kausiana, Yeni plan. We have our own plans and we are going to lay them out. We are going to allow our actions to speak louder than our words. And let nobody sit anywhere and say, Mehuyanka. Because when you deny your opportunities are here, mamo, and they've acted so badly, right? You're starting to fix the country. What was their response? And I fix yourself. Fix your very arrogant. Very arrogant. Now fix yourself. Now then. Today they are telling us that Ghanaians are the worst group of people. My friends saying the surface of the earth. Go elsewhere. I mean, in the world. And I can tell you for a fact that at the highest point of thinking in those working societies, Ubehu Ghana for honorable. You will find Ghanaians all the way in NASA.
Yeah, but
please say to quite your friend say moon. So maybe
as Ghana for yet or my way muno. You drew NASA ya woka. You for Ghana subai no ko. Ghana man time. You subai money no. Brejuma 8. Now about 10. You for say subai no ko encourage bribe. Abrochi awuken obi anje t-shirt 50 Ghana cedis into aba. They vote on their conscience. But Ernesto, we are aware from UCPP party Ernesto Tobo. I'm putting this question to you because we say so Makava political party activities are from UCPP mu to NDC to MPP. Fonka Games, Sunyai to MPP, Great Hall, Legon, to all the party congresses, Tamale MPP say people collect money to vote. And don't you think that there's also an aspect which is Ghana for Subaya? We must change if we want Ghana to change. What do you need? Tobo, Mr. Santiago. Tobo.
Mekasana so man wa me.
And do the obebe mo dey Tobo.
Kwa me didi me atemawie. Me because
what you na me ka say draw.
Our plan in equal measure.
Okay, I want me na me draw attention to Tobo. Ernesto answer that question.
The point is about leadership.
Leadership na best Ghana for Suba money no.
Masa. Leadership na be create system no. And a system no and a be change ya.
Na system one na system. Na Ghana for ya na system no.
It is the same Ghana for now, but you see, we are not the worst group of people. First of all,
granted, but we are bad.
Our enemy, your enemy, and your poverty.
Nti poverty na ma e to ball gu abontin no.
Meba.
Poverty na ma e do so gu ka kwan ho no. Poverty na ma traffic chia e fa the shoulders of the road no.
Let me
poverty na ma e tria bribe na ye je bribe no.
Ya makoma diamanfo ama. You see? Nipa ye jini baby if you nsema. The line between Nipa and Sebe Aboa is very thin. Epipampo. Go to one-tone spaces. Liberia, no, I mean we have the history. Liberia, no more friends and Sierra Leone, no de kaka. Where in the course of the war, the people were so reduced to nothing. Said, "Gatemunsio and omonum." No human being in his or her normal sense will fetch water in a gutter. Say me nom gutter, na say me juso na man no me juso. But under some circumstances, conditions created in a society, human beings become animals.
Okay.
And that is what our leaders have reduced us to. They have reduced us to the point
when we have lost every single dignity in us. Say yentimi and who the difference between ourselves and animals any longer.
Leaders
exactly. Okano. Obi Esik and your friends saying Ghana Statistical your friends service living survey report has shown how many in our your friends and population cannot afford a square meal a day. And yet we know how much Yempenifone are stealing in the name of the constitution and the ex gratia. We know that if they want to resolve the concrete problems that confront your mind, they can do it, but that is not their priority.
Richard Asante, Ernesto, why do we keep voting for them?
American, say
they are as bad as you say, but why do we always go to the poll? The same people we are saying
are not foolish. Yes, the people are not foolish.
So why are they still voting for them?
They are voting for them because of said the system ni framing. Okay, and our nurses, and our doctors, and our police, and our this, and our that. And the people have learned very quickly, say, hey, if someone from Intuma and Concobo MPP ano and I say NDC ano, police said the police mean to me remuda. If man from Intuma and Boss and Kofo ano, and we know they are parts of this country, even Accra Haya, where Obi or Hodma, Oman 5 Ghana cities, where she and they are ready to do anything for you because of our 5 Ghana cities. Okay. Why should a human being be reduced to that level? Okay. Why would they behave like that?
Okay, Ernesto, mami kwa asante ya boss, but Ernesto, I think that I don't know, sika na many people losing the values or principle. Because me ton kontomre watermano. Me papa yo hienyo onibi. But never did I sell myself for sa 20 Ghana no. Tema baby etia no ye wo jam night club ho ashawfo na wo honom ye wo club felix ashawfo na wo obi o atra tema committee 7 ashawfo uko committee 7 na Subim Valley ashawfo na wo inside ho enne na me bra ka ba ko bi ache me nura be keke di papa hono kwa friend saying keke di papa no bibi I say club bi wo committee 8 was ano Jato Chrome any ade but me as girl I'm growing up in Tema. I didn't sell myself for 20 Ghana cedis no. But you see, why is it that today a Ghanaian of 18 years on of sound mind for say a community as a so called Tony vote for 20 Ghana cedis? No to my NDC and MPP and come back and complain. Why?
Because all to my MPP look.
Why is it justified for people selling their values and their conscience? Why?
You see, all kind of values. Ebiana, you were born by a parent with dear. Omo still is money there's a breakdown.
It is not about money.
But no. No.
It's not about money.
No. You see, everywhere, every society that you find poverty. I mean, they've passed our stage.
Okay.
Italy, they've passed our stage. They passed data by a friend. Italy, higher. Just about 50 years ago, they were importing people from neighboring countries to come and vote. Said the Omoy Aya or Ghana had to say with their friends say border constituencies and so a human phenomenon.
Okay.
And I am
it is not necessarily a leadership thing. It's a human phenomenon.
No, it is a leadership thing, the absence of leadership.
Okay.
Look at what Paul Kagame Rwanda. This is a country that was destroyed totally by war. But now she said they organized society, China. Just 30 years ago, the China power, you won't take it. In fact, you do attempts at China.
Okay.
But then you can't say that.
But the things that we enjoy,
the difference leadership.
Okay. But I think we must make this point also that in China, in Rwanda, Kenya, there's not absolute freedom.
Yeah, but do we have freedom?
Yeah, Ghana to me can you do that in China? WhatsApp call, you can't do it in China.
You see, and
because you can't even make a WhatsApp video call
if you are abofra edan yam class, is that freedom?
It is not freedom. But we must give something to get something.
In our hospitals, is that freedom?
But
oppression.
Okay.
It is the height of indignity by man to a fellow man.
Okay.
And that is what we are criticizing. Now, Mobana compare your friend is saying dwarfs. Send you can't dwarfs. Motia. And then you want us to clap for you.
Okay.
We saw you. Two eyes. And they are from a picture. Near they compare your friends. We know what has changed. Our lives have not changed, but yours have.
Okay, I know you have a point.
I mean, these
for us, before more now than compared
exactly.
To
and
before.
You see, system no. MPP, NDC, and your baby, and you find your phone, your friends, and your callers. FN, MPP, I NDC, so and so. But the truth of the matter is that MPP, NDC, your friends in Canada, Japan, no more. No more. I mean, they are the only body of people enjoying in this system. The rest of us are suffering and living lives of indignity.
Okay.
I know university, your friends saying graduate. Now, no, meet guy be station be so. Or see you now or university or your friends saying TESCON president. Na afei de omuni na TESCON presidency na akomo ho abom over the past 10 years. Onye ejuma nye, and that is their friends and the story of the other your friends and TESCON presidents. Into my for me association or my tron whole letters akọ a friend is saying Flagstaff House wine. And a host in Ibisa and say na sa ban wa me ejuma ntina, why are you still crying for jobs? Planting for food and fair jumamba. Your friend said napco and fair jumamba. The response of the guy was like, oh, Pacho, mema me nkase mbi abekasi me do atem. Let's be serious here. In penifone ma jobs no. Omo your friend is saying GMPC no akwa share honomo, oil field no akwa share honomo, slate no akwa share, deputy director no share honomo. Those are the kinds of jobs omo de ma. No Jenny a year campaign. See, Ogusu Kasana host in Ibisa say na 2020 campaign na. No say me a campaign. Me no so ye man. No say me ye man na. No say I too so can form more nibi. No say I make for. No say what can form more no. What did it mean to you? Unye juma. And I walk up for more.
Okay.
What does it mean? The point for me is that mayor so say you be breaking your dream if it's our MPP NDC chains because they have nothing to give us.
Okay. And that's so mommy for them call Richard Asante about and Ashasi Kwame starting Buza, what is your plan? Because fix it for in all your conversations. So it looks like more abain so more. But they all catch me say both political parties near failing. So you are looking at something different.
Absolutely.
In my introduction, I say we should start getting a fixed political party that is going to contest election, but with the transformed youth. And yet this
they are all members of political parties.
Fix it for no.
Oh yeah. And also on your CPP. So what's your meaning?
It's not true.
Otherwise your CPP.
Mean CPP.
Not the party now supporting. Where's your
CPP? But were you ever a CPP person?
Never. Washada and who's so name story? No?
I made them story. No, catch me.
I know there was an altercation somewhere, but me
into my main cast.
Or no, CPP.
Into my main cast.
But also, were you ever in CPP?
My main cast story. No.
But me and the because we're not.
So no, they are until them is from my main cast.
No, you don't have the. No, why is CPP?
I was the national youth organizer
of CPP
of the Convention People's Party,
okay.
2016. And they did Mahama, Airport Sraj. Over Ford expedition car na bribe no GN can his way on.
Don't worry. That's enough.
It's not enough.
That's enough. No.
You are no longer
that's enough. Don't worry. We don't have time to finish.
It was a yes and no question. That is beside the point. And that's all that is beside the point.
Time for that, please.
And that's all the okay. So even your CPP no lacking leadership. Because for you to fight a corruption cause and for them to sack you from the party, some kind of okay. So you are no longer a CPP person. You are a free agent, a Ghanaian.
Simplicity. I am an activist. I am a citizen.
To be.
And I am saying
the last election want to
be. It is not even
a citizen.
The last election want to be.
They be a citizen.
Into one to abani biana.
No citizen. They have the right to vote.
Who want to be?
They declare no vote.
When
Economic Fighters League.
Okay, the moment to abani, we abstain here. Okay.
Or belonging to association.
Yeah, I say they abstained for a reason.
We abstained.
It belongs to an association.
Yeah, but I say the association abstained.
Don't worry. Don't help me with my conversation.
Okay.
Or belonging to association, on a leader of the association. At the end of the association, no. Omo ayama Ghana.
Association.
Muku kaka.
O da bi de mu de to mo de Ernesto uni floor.
E dey na yama Muku kaka. Ernesto de mananu si da ji kasa kan timbia.
Ernesto mananu si Ernesto de
utimi kasa kan se hunu nyina. Nsema utia NCC so. Obi aka na no tim mate wasem. Nsema okay, you say it doesn't make sense. There's a populist things. Several of these things, you know, nipa here just to sell themselves. Obi aka na adwen. Obi anka hwenchiro. Who can wo dey no be kasa so oyedede. We feel so they all right to speak. Obi any right to speak. We feel so be a politician that just onim nyansa. Obi belong to NDC and MPP onim nyansa. Who party say Ghana hanko na onim nyansa. When you're even praising or IGP make sure say or leader no cry na you no, you still did not even get the sense in what I was trying to put in you. It will be a na ye kasa. Yen kan hu say nipa enya politics enko na nipa didi okruma aban bi ba na oye bone a mombo nachi ba oye ne ya munka wasem arif u bi say no wu na bi some question say MPP buy no e de ade na ya a kire say NDC MPP better say MDC based on that question na me ma ancestral say ne e beto ye say ne ade da nema u wi na be di matter say me compare to NDC me compare nya when you are here you bisa question actually say e dey na ya different from the NDC ebe ye now I'm providing answers for that.
Osi wo de
meba ono cry question say adentina mu invite me buy. Look at that. When there's a program or man program, they know those that they need to invite. They invite me feel na sorry say me hire me fe ntimba betra. And I say mbejim from our mona ma frem na buo na national discourse obi ameka na adwen. You don't understand. Are you supposed to understand? Who are you to question the reason why here you invite me am buy? Woni why? Who be saying? So to me kase we Ghana ni ntu ko kwasa onko na ajiman. Ajinko no, let's stop these things. And stop living in the clouds and calm down. Bibi nko ye ni e kan wasem ye na be som. Ntam buy me sure say edu ba bia taxes ya na make one say when we say until MPP buy nani pa no mutua taxes here be 2.4 million and then because of say you thinking outside the box and digitalization ni Ghana card system no we are finding ways of upgrading the number to about 50 million
ba say
you say kakra because when bibi ye jeje taxes ni na about 56% of the taxes no ye di tua just about 700,000 people
but say mo ya aware answer na but that is
anything that is the issue no. Anytime you're fixing those
are you fixing?
That's why we are fixing. Anytime I actually say, "Yeah, obia tax ID no, enko ye sa regular 13 number na de man o national identification number. Sa number no, we a student and one na odi ebeji loan, student loan. Those times na amount for student loan. How do they suffer?
Nti me say I mean national identification number no happens.
Because a time will come, the kind of system we are putting in place, you know, you'll be compared to yes, sir, and never be passport to me, and never be brown to me, to me benefit. So you before you open an account, if you don't have, you can't even do it. So the system we are creating now, you'll be compelled to go and get that.
Something about that is the argument. As citizens, omujiri se mo de mo ho toto motia ho because emotia for want of a better you see NDC say omu ni nanim say NDC nyenti na omu to abetia omu na na omu ma mo 1 million extra votes.
So when be some question say
Again, I better seeing the NDC for year na. Come maybe I can MPP inquire me ko NDC. But just almost this area. Yeah, you say. Based on what question no, any need die ni obu a me dem ma any what tie for say. You be some question. Questions here business about. Answer.
But they are all saying
when you invited me and you asking me question, not saying you have to make business.
He's saying say.
I'm not here to answer his question.
And you know,
ask him will be something.
So, no representing fixing for
no, all can ask him no. Me my answers, you know, if you say, why would I treat such person with any? Because me make all casano, my tea, me try to answer no be. Me ye piano. Now me do me so becasano or a man.
But don't you think? But who don't you think is the sentiment? But who say?
Anyway. That's the kind of thing that any arrogance makes us about. This business about people thinking, say, we are power. And to be a bit me, I did do it, to be a bit me, I can your patch. Come, how can you do that?
You came to beg Ghanaian second upon to Mama manage your man.
We came to manage the economy. We came to manage the country. Until when I come and you question me about what we are doing, I'm a catcher. Only me bet me I dream. Bet me because only men. But men can't tell me say in Wura any day na me. Who kasa no man kasa.
Okay.
Man can't trust say move demonstration am ko no. E idea na mfaso ni so. Me trust no. You participatory democracy mu. Yam obi a wo kwan oye ye kire o kire na adwen no bi wo ha aban kro benya so mfaso. Ye be fa ni aban efis aban bo aban no ye be jai ato. Ebi wo hia nkire mu nipa ni nim say yaye. Be ka kire say yeye. What must say? And then, me no be one make a chance say, oh, when you say and the MPP, crow, medical doctor, na person koye or specialization or any a postgraduate, a free education. Say, oh, yeah, sure. But no, me can't what me wanna. I buy and the more I buy you too, ni ma buy ni yano, and no be a mebo bachelor. What's it face the country? Now, so, you're facing my choice, oh, me no pass crying, no, it is all cassette. Crying as some slam down, crying, yeah, way, or bono come home, or kakamun nibi. Me try near my me mehu near Ghana for so you might not be satisfied with everybody. You might not be satisfied with everything. Now when I can say MPP, you say you're buying you're creating a fence heaven or Ghana. No, I told you say there's issues, there are problems, but I buy any solve. Now me more near man I buy any solve no. Now me church room actually now we now be fuck to yamia. I mean, me like it no, but are you supposed to insult me? And I want him to
insult mom there is not allowed.
Why are you supposed to do that? Disagree with me. Oh, me never nyadwe. Ni o kan nye sana me. But men your adwin so odo Ghana see. You can't tell me so odo Ghana see. Me am tie. And obi a Ghana wo nkwa na do Ghana.
But Mr. Santiago, who don't you see say e be a youth no mo koye demonstration no more ground no. E out of yaw. A come say you cannot say come.
This is not the biggest demonstration we've seen in this country. Obi okwen obi ane ne hawo me hu obi a ne complain say change democracy no
change democracy
no na adwe no o si change democracy no me so no military one ne ba ya adwe da bi me ne nya adwe obi si o change constitution no me hu ye obi okan ni krom kwan what we say obi kra so kan the krom kwan bia no kan asem me wie no me check ye no sa kwan ne yaye bia ne pa kron atena kra che okoye no nkoho but sa kwan ne afese obi so ka kwan bia me check ye no kwan ne ye anyeye so it means say obi ani ni issue obi so opinye adwuma obi so how so oye adwuma all right na say ni say me ti sofo bi kra se ono de o se o ono de oye adwuma as a pastor ba man for beto tight any collection na enye kese mani biem no nya yi mpempem ni mpemanim nti anu nti okoka mo koye demonstration obi ani ni how obi kura atem didie wo hwe meboa you saw some of the placards obi ni pa no odi atem and you know so ne right obi ankoche no but don't finish and come and tell me so a menya adaje a me ni Ghana for kasa say me de ne meka no dede na me na nyansa ni wo ni hwan to tell me that apart so what contribute as Ghana should be okromana and then see that is the kind of arrogance you catch on say you can ask question presidents, question leaders. You disagree with the kind of leadership ekoso. Obi anu ni how. Ufi se bia unkwana yeri Ghana show unsa obetumi asesa Ghana. O organization no mon contest the next elections na mon win. Na unkwa leadership skills na heavily made a amount. Now for be adwuma. Nobody have problem with that. But don't insult others who have the right to speak.
Okay.
Don't think say what to abanti na ubedi jobia. Do party say over if say 7 million Ghanaians omo to abama MPP no money yana. Who party so ye mo bi sika. Ye mo asi ekwochiche sika man for 5 cities na koto to aba. Are you saying of you to aba na 5 cities? Who ko to aba na 5 cities?
Na me ko me nya kwanto say me na me gina TV so.
Very good. Nti party so o boss ni mpany for Ghana omo to aba no omo ko to aba na 5 cities. You can't even use one isolated instance, which is whether true or not true. Sad, test it could be even be false, it could be true. Nobody cares. But the point is, because my admit is no be biana, yet what many admo chroma. Obi how or not creating a juma. What monsieur? Obi wants to trace about for a juma. Obi wants to say, you won't on a bushia asset a juma, or betom, no yebi. What must say? So at every point in time, the most important thing about me because I and to me and create a juma and more bibia. But it's important about creating the enabling environment. Ebe bua amase ora despite what me agent busia ebi benumum tax relief bet me abamu. Ababe provide roads any electricity ebe bua mani pano na juma ye no bet me akonanim. Na expansion e koso no na ni pano enya juma ye. What must say? So those are some of the things about me. About me partner with the private sector. I create the enabling environment, private sector, private. Say they would be the engine of growth of the economy. To say, BT says, star initiative idea boya medical bobo. Didn't say one dish one factory in a manama ekosi. Abai can do all those things, and Abai is doing that in the middle of COVID. But you know better, like I say, MPP initiative very good from no. Depends on faso.
But when
the government that cares and thinks about the people.
But say no normal ne dia na can this for you bio. Na Ghana for normal development no.
Who's go find this is the NDC babio. Na me trust.
Me na me busa we no.
Na we be some the same question. Na me ma answer say. Enyema na ye no. NDC for anye bi. So mu ye the same thing and ke be no ye may repeat that. Say MPP and this one na nkla no mo ko school na obia amtua school fees aban mo aban mo obia aduani di aban tu obia examination fees aban make available teaching materials more any all those things can MPP be me repeat me boa MPP and this one no ma set factory sir nka ye buy nke nkwe and this one na nka Toyota assembly plant to her Sino truck assembly plant to her friends VW Passat or assembly plant or manufacture cars to her I buy say for the same company say or me set another assembly plant. What must say? Okay. So it tells you say different. That the different things we are doing is yielding different results. Positive results. And now you can cocoa production that for our history. Then you receive the highest. A trade initiative being taken by the government.
Okay.
Me trust the city now from 7 months at the by 0.6 no. NC that my mum be done in the first 7 months of any government to IDPC by that margin. And I the lowest what must say in terms of Ghana.
I think the question is how would the sound near my way out Kenya affect Ghana for network ground because we can see the depreciation. Me am here. Me share who say me che dey hu ebi o de $0.60 no ono tabi ndi macho tobo so na me fa we so nka ho ma say mo ba no mo an hye dey nka nche se mba ya ne ma simple me kai see studio ha ya na Addo danko kufu Addo his excellency oba na obetena ka say ye wosika yet is cancel so come there perhaps mo share bo bebre na mo ntumi ndru wan na asese
oba obetumi afa manifesto
Anya manifesto Ghana for bebre nhwe manifesto ye Ghana any manifesto
me can't manifesto I'm trying to say the near my say by
including the mbe kan yes ye tiska so come there
yes ye kan ni me say obefa obeteke okay omo si ombe ye akwan omo ya na so monye omo ye what must say yes ye be ye factories omo ya na so monye what must say yes ye be ye fence ye buy ye be boa educational system you invest heavily in it or more yana so money and now we know can say internet penetration and internet speed Ghana the best in Africa.
Ghana internet speed
yes
and no one calculate man.
I mean these things are not me
every bacho and no one bacho yeah ni the internet na yeduma one calculate no man
me more data sir what I say na me trust say
mami source na me ko kan
this are World Bank emu data
na wa bank omo dey na ti Ghana mi say tati e papa yeah ti Ghana hanu data internet there eh zero oh internet
sometimes wo nyema bebre umbu bi
Mr. Santi Ebo hey yet ya na mo ka say covid app mo the covid app tracking why covid app me I insist today many years la kwa kon I will fight with them every day covid app and tracking one single person
abai eno ni minim asem bebre ya me ka cho ne say
covid app and tracking obiasa na mbeka into me say Ghana internet is the fastest in a me source. You can't give me World Bank. They are not here in Ghana with us. Yeah, the internet. They hear the internet. In any case, you are to Solana. Me call you. You know the internet. In here.
Mama man come and say na unti asem na say. Me say nyama ken.
Internet they all the back. Me social media manager cry was say I know how they.
Me say me no ka say.
My Islam na me kana say no me say they betu tu ni tiri nwa.
Me no ka say. So uji me chia. We a simple thing. What do I say? And one say wo.
Yebeko World Bank.
Maybe
they are not here. I'm using my own internet as an aid for you.
In the same year, my account. You can't international ratings. Also, mom can't international ratings. Mon can near Ghana for Neka. Because Ghana for Nyomo, they spoke loudly in the previous elections. Near Ghana for kind, they say MPP are buying. Nana Danko Kufado. And you man are Moyano. You saw Mukosona Munye, but Munyan in 10 times so my.
Okay, why is it that they say Ghana for 8 months later? Dabio, open Ghana for
international say fit. Actually, say Ghana, the economy no performing this and all this international.
You don't
want all those things. Ghana for they spoke loudly.
Okay.
Me no ka say, okay say, embra COVID buy. Na omampanyi share.
Dabio, o dey to one answer question we mam say the same Ghana for now see they spoke loudly 2020 elections so mo 500,000 plus extra votes no.
Yeah.
The same Ghana for you no mo hear demonstrations say fix it.
5 over 6 over 30 million for nipa moto abano you are looking at close to 50 million in akoto abai nipa do say na demonstration no
okay
are you telling me say Ghana ni bia na wo ko demonstration bi there will be some obi no omo ya adwoman koka ho but based on the numbers we saw no
they don't represent Ghana for.
Want to me say Ghana for nyina say.
Okay.
We better obi mu say. Be no so nkyerese so mu ye nipa ba ko at the end of the day nipa ba ko pompo na koye demonstration na. Government there because of say ye pese tie na ye koso no. Ye betie nipa na asem na oka no aba wo man ye befa. Eye futu ye befa. Direction bi wo man befa. What man say? I attempted ni asanima ye beto agu.
Okay.
Nti nyame patron ne say do not sit anywhere and create the impression say Ghana ni bia komode no.
Okay.
Me can say Ghana ni bia so me. But then day what government is doing no, you ever hu the rule. We will let Ghanaians understand what is being done and all the sectors of the economy. Say railway you don't Ghana for hu. What may say agriculture be Ghana for hu. Near kosu in terms of job creation, you be Ghana for hu. Near the Boma businessmen at Tumpo, Bema Ghana for whom. Near through NBSSI, Yadi loans Emma for Bema Ghana for whom. The investment in the health sector, Bema Ghana for whom. The quality life, ya improve. What bang the IMF and say, and say in terms of your rankings within the poverty, SCTA, but the Ghana could do any all the positive you've made. You're Ghana for whom. Negative for her, Ubit can watch them.
Okay.
Near explanation, Bema. But that is the beauty of democracy.
So trying to insult. Okay.
Yes, ubetra unya daje waka munyan we munyan say munya ukire waje ebi o ha ni ayenso unim.
Okay.
Nya fresh o ma mi o asema okay no answer ni ABCD. But wo men kan kire me so nya me ka no wura dede. What me say?
Okay.
Me ye dede untumi kan sa because ukasa obia o kwan so betie obefa na so onfa. Enti oba hema nya me patron ne say under this government, uko road sector, the sort of investment any the roads are yellow chromano. Yen so Ghana kwanyina, but there's no government in our history that has invested in the road sector than the MPP. Uko education sector, there's no government in our history that has invested in education sector than the MPP.
You have spent in the road sector because road with
not only the
road road network ya constructed the enya nano the amakwata beka say 6,000 because I know I'm yet to see particular roads that constitute 6,000 because the minimum here POKUAA say me go round see nyina me share down hu amakwata road.
You see even so person who roads even in Accra me ma unkwachi you can even focus in Accra Accra start from Dansuman
roads
but you they not done
okay the asphalt overlay no na say no dey na kwan no wo hoda da na mo be ye gu so
obai enya kwan
maye mum
the new roads are constructed na say ya repair ya fixing ya overhead
ye
unu event say
POKUAA
apart from even POKUAA unu which is about 80%
Tamale dey this week ya na me gina ho
so who ye
me hu ni say 80% mum
so contractors no so who
me this week they Thursday na water Tamale
who ye journalist nti who no nya na wo ye
but say ya kwan so amani me hu
o na so question who say ye kwan me bo
me hu so mu ye mum but me hu 80%
wo hu tama interchange so say ye kwan
ye wie tamade
den
tamade me kro mu tama
me see wo hu say interchange ya ye
interchange bay na mu ye otama
oh Jesus mama
dey
ye hu ye link it to the motorway expansion project oba hu ye
tamarana about ne dey no
hu ye so
no na wo kan
na hu ye
o na say 95 giska no o charge ka dey no me ko kan say we na PV full soldier di matem me I was born in Tema General Hospital I've lived in Tema all my life
me so
en fa Tema say mo ba
nti me ko Tema pa
me Tema
mama truck sa road no asem
o dey try na me je NSO comment na me NSO before bebem because memo mbacho me santi abo atobo ma me road no because me here road no pa because our road ya okay motorway round there was a first phase of it that was done under NDC me ko kan kofo bebem we fu soldiers o mu nim the history of the motorway round about
you see the secure
even it was done
you see the secure the funding
oh they atobo man
is it the same funds that was used for that
and the same funds mobile and mo je jai card but
who percent mama
there was
mama try the
Mr. Santi what they atobo
hospital say kan was Eurojet projects hospital work for secure the funding for usha all the projects health sector and this for Addo Musa kan Addo no manwe MPP be complete no they were under the Eurojet project funded owura kufo secure funding to or signing bibia. The same cannot be said about the Tama. So it's not the same funding that was used. You might have the idea, say you want to do a road here. So sika on sanka sika namba na frimu. Na ban for bana ko another sika no be ya want me catch your project.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Guaranteed. But so before be me kan messages so yan for send the integrity guy no see if ya go obu chrome JHS is in a bad state. Headmaster no cry he is not even bothered but your headmaster don't find it kan ya kwan yoti. Nya bu chama headmaster me kwa me for music kan ko ye na me call so ala me di musica ketting me sponsors HEPA plus me lecturer dabone enem ne nkrofo mo ma me blue band for ma me bata madwi me fan commerce school for nkrai ya twa carpenter e ho na me ne next mo issue no local carpenter ya ma ne 3,000 Ghana cedis ye school a desk e ma wow krom for we this can no next enti a ho no de me I suppose that people should fix their mind too because e wonye ni pop we nya na Addo na nya mahama
but we
fix leadership kra
sa kronfo ebi wo America ebi wo China ebi wo
where private
exactly what did you do
NSO
Meba Afia what did you do
and what did you do the offense should not happen first and foremost
oh how
you right to so be beji sika ye dey come
society people will be dishonest people
and yet people nipa Ernesto what there remember defend Abanti Isaka Muhammad he didn't
defending her but say hand him over to the appropriate authorities
but say yeah Ghana yeah bad I was here jitum say bad Subani ya de Ghana ha no ye fan kwatena Dubai we are bad
you have bad people in Dubai to Dubai prison in ho
na ho no we ko ye betwa sa
exactly they are bad people but
ya confirm martial law by next only first person crowd be complaining
you see
only first person I hear be complain but dey to bo mama kan me messages in Membra so bagana for me say ayi Isaka Muhammad dey your dey carpenter wa ya bro sika say ye desk ma wa ne primary school kan ho ono ani primary school St. Augustine primary school nkwala ne te from classroom near nice but classroom no format to eno po e be kwa ko cement yenye dual desk ma ono ani kro mu ne ono ani primary school wagye sika na edi. It took the solar. We went to report to the solar. And a solar, but Mr. Hansi, so air condition mom na test politics ni yenye easy. Ya fight man Ghana and Kwame Nkrumah Ghana wo nye bete. Almost so it so si almost what na Ghana no. Ye be che. Kwa adwon money no doso. Ye nipa na ye boni ne leaders so nyanti. E double edged sword. Na ono ya mani sika no jiwe. Na ye duru krom ane the difference na san aka ne ho no. Wagi sika na kodi. Ye fa moto mi oba besia meti moto sacre so. Eko yo yiri. Promising college say the desk bram no metimi anya comfortable desks atna so asua de no abo me nka me problem wo e ho ne saying but I sacrifice flew all the way from Accra to Tamale drove 3-4 hours to a friend saying yo yiri udu sola wasan fro moto asan ko yo yiri wage sika no ema wakwakodi nti ye suba money ni adwen money nya spiritual
so the man what the name of police there
one police me didn't call solar say there's a traditional leader and solar na kaza dealing with him
system deal with him and
but we must admit that me say yanko village bia yakọ krati koto school desk 100 or 150 man school for bawakura carpenter na ndi that is good a Ghanaian who is patriotic obeboa Ghana for yako see school dan ema aminem ewo new Ebrem district in eastern region Kromofo and Disikano they helped us to build the school block for them yako dance they will do project amansi any na project or but who know how to no see we can't take away the fact that Ghana for ye wicked.
Oh, but that's one isolated case.
Oh, me say. Remember example, Pacho. And that's what they are told. Me say, baby, phone lines.
Didn't I say IGP na? Me sure say wajib bribe paying.
Oh, Dampare don't come. Yes.
I mean, you can have isolated
if we have
cases,
50-60% of the Ghanaians, crowd here solid, they are principled. To say that they can Dampare the young, Ghana be better. But we can't take away. We also know I'm why any principle. Near no cre.
Yes.
Near quite human tem.
Yes.
It's truthful
to enforce manina.
Subai leadership ne control Subai. And that's no leadership a control Subai.
Quickly.
But by the tobo home chroto woman na me kan message you see. And then call for views or more about because here me pass me then call for the no John echo ampan. Was it Ghana's internet network is the most expensive and worst network. And to catch Mr. Richard Asante Abuati we dear Oboa and a narrow was a fantastic guy and nesto your boy indeed. You've shown say yes mawa Jumanwa ubetimi ye pa ni no te adom no so when I listen to I just feel I feel pain you people talking of development Mpacho I don't understand so come again ni no te adom Adam Yanya Alele was if you are pleased you have to guard your audience with your own direction. Okay. Buedi Albert I say Ernest is speaking some wisdom. So you to him very well, but you also maintain what I say. They voted because they have made slaves in their own countries. But you also we disagree. You cannot be made slaves in your mind. So big here crowd the way your mind is still there. That's why constitution is you should be 18 years and of sound mind. Abodama want to aba. You should be sound mind. Sana constitution ka. Kwaku Jemfi kumenini you know say Ghana does not have freedom. If you don't have economic freedom, you don't have freedom. You and Nero city teachers are suffering, nurses are suffering, carriers are suffering, taxi drivers are suffering, Okada drivers krano they are suffering. And Osborne or say Bonsu or say Osborne which first sentence who did the attempt so I won't read that part. Say God fix your attitude. Go now, person channel. You can't impose yourself on us. Go and win elections. Sule Mosa, I say, hey. So it seems current government project is in different country because we are not seeing anything. And Kofi Gona, I say if people will always be bad. What happens after the person chopped? You arrested him to send a message. Yeah, you are reporting him as Solara na dealing with him. Daniel Abram, we need a leader with a great vision like the Rwandan president. Pacho Rwanda, you need absolute freedom. Rwanda. You are not going to Rwanda to study the nitty-gritties there. But if Rwanda, there's nothing like that kind of freedom there. Oh, Ghana, Nantiko baby, yeah, can't Ghana.
That's Wally. See a shooting.
Yeah, that's a security breach.
Yes. Eric Ofochu, broad daylight. Soja near we're so protecting. O'clock in the gun, a shooting, then I soldier.
Okay.
this country is not different from Uganda.
Okay.
It is not different from Togo.
Okay.
We need to face it. Look, your friends saying kaka, niwe omo muko sie na omo baso. They were shot. Muhammad, your friend said Mutala was shot and killed. Your friend said Abdul Nasser shot and killed. Then they see. Now no, your friends say more other sister station be your more your friends say profile over people that have been shot and get extrajudicial killings and more anymore. But you see, yanka, and that is why India you create impression is there is democracy. It is false. There is no democracy. Come COVID impone. It is not COVID that will kill us. Young Ghana statistics of friends service living survey, you know, and what it says about the situation on the ground. Now,
but also democracy, niho. But you are holding a constitution, which is the basis of the reason why Minu studio how. Because constitution now could not guarantee freedom of expression, which is why a radio station we yet to me be a Minu
and its speech. Any your friend is saying democracy be and resolve the issue of economic emancipation, economic freedom. No. And I say, making meaning to the people economically, and you're totally useless.
Okay, so we are pretending to practice democracy,
exactly.
But okay.
We have the press in the MBSI who say generally across board, media stations and who owns them. It is the same politicians na, and what the people have to hear, what the people have to discuss, is determined by Safona. There is no beneficiary of this rotten system. Or Beba Bet na studio Hanu say, Akase Yembubu system nana Yemfa Bibifu from Emra. Constitution ya mikre. Let's check your friend is saying Article 17. Article 17 of our constitution.
We are equal before the law, no?
Exactly.
About their kind.
But then go to go to your friend saying the same constitution, page 183, indemnity, or say 34.2, or say it is not lawful for any court or tribunal to entertain any action, to take any decision, or make any order, or grant any remedy or relief in any proceedings instituted against the government of Ghana or any persons acting under the authority of the government of Ghana, whether before or after the coming into force of this constitution, or against any person or persons acting in concert or individually to assist or bring about the change in government which took place on the 24th of February 1966. Or could you your friends in 79 people cannot be held accountable for the crimes they have committed against the state. And now I said there are people who have wallowed in poverty. Call Madame Lucy Enin. Madame Lucy Enin Bonnie or ye ni na ne se one Kwame Nkrumah eye adwuma. Ekodo echi ye Kwame Nkrumah efi honomo. This member of parliament, one of the first female members of parliament, had to go your friends into prison. Ofi prison by a man that honum say for 10 years and over no. She cannot hold any public office, including a post office clerk. After Madame Lucienne, former member of parliament, na ochi bofrot ewo kwan ho. Imagine any female member of parliament and of prominence. And I respect Madame, your friend saying Esla Owusu. Imagine say ochi kwan ho ochi bofrot, member of parliament.
Okay. So your point
but this is where they have been reduced to, or they were reduced to.
By the constitution, and I said, who are you blaming?
Them, and I'm saying, and the constitution, this constitution, you can't, your friend is in democracy. Or say there are certain things that must feature in every real democracy.
Okay.
One of the features of any real democracy, any equality before the law.
Okay.
Are we all equal before the law? And you and I know the answer.
Okay. Yeah.
The other feature was a in your friend is saying a democracy. Yeah, can't democracy. Your friend saying certainty before the law. Emanika say is that really what it is?
Okay.
And I say it means something else.
Okay. Interneto, the agenda is not for against one person, but it's against NDC and MPP who have abused this constitution.
We are protesting the false republic.
Okay.
You can the fourth republic in
Okay.
the false republic.
They say in a false republic.
False. It is a false republic, not a fourth republic. Republic, they say that is what we attained on 1st of your friends in July 19, your friends in 60. That is what we attained. And nobody can take that away from us. The fact that was a constitution doesn't mean you are bringing in a new republic. That is not what it means. And that constitution way, and said the Mekan Article 17 or see equality before the law. In the same constitution, or say certain people are unaccountable to us and to the system, and no court, no tribunal, no committee shall entertain issue bia ode safone ebeba so.
And no say a consultative assembly for na dey honey shame. Omo nyina na omo dey
We even elected them, and this is why we have to do the proper thing.
Na ya mon kasa asem nchire NDC, because see, I'm getting the impression from all this. I say maybe I'm wrong there.
They just Google.
You have said this.
Ernesto Yeboah, Google 1992 Constitution.
And yeah, Ernesto Yeboah as a person, I'm saying that you are fighting a common objective of fixing Ghana, which according to you, the prime issue is fixing the constitution, right?
Yes, but just type 1992 Constitution and see what comes up. Yeah, fix the country is simply a platform. About one table so echo the same as over the years na.
So fix the country is against NDC, is against MPP, is for the development of Ghana.
It is against the rotten system now pro, and it is benefiting just a few group of people will be. Take your electoral.
First you mami. First you mami na me ma Richard Asante Yeboah na me.
On this wakasa be na wakasa be one.
Wakasa krache no.
We sure.
Wakasa krache no. Wakasa krache no. Ba dey to boy na so. There be member. I mean summarize. There be last round. Mami kan abrantie we message. Farouk Otama no say afia. Issues na mo Canada or VIM lady. Ernesto should go and fix the CPP. Pacho Ernesto say onye CPP ni bio. Or see, you should spare us his deceptive politics. He can make, but you can also use the word noise. The comment he's making on Rwanda, China, and radio. President Akufo-Addo is fixing the mess NDC left behind. Or see, lady is Ernesto is just desperate for attention. I disagree. Unkasa no be kasa no de untumi kansa. Mami ko abranti o say Frederick Kuma was say proposing lady. Please ask Ernesto what exactly does his group want to be fixed in the country. The constitution or Canadian or say the constitution, the system, he has said it. Into Frederick Kuma once ano ena meridi ama no mechamo ewo bole o send a message by just greeting me na bema Jesse also was send a message thank you Mukala Jonas Edia ena also the message you about say everybody I personally like Ernesto Yeboah. Sometimes he becomes a little hypocritical, especially when it comes to fix the country. He's always having different opinions on different media platforms. And Eddie okay is different from what I've heard him say on other platforms. I monitor him on radio consistently. On the NDC aligned stations, he pushes all the problems to Akufo-Addo. But on an independent media station like OKFM, he's now making it look like NDC MPP nyina na cause a problem. If we really want Ghana to be fixed, we have to be objective, fair in our criticism to compel all of us to join the demo and fix Ghana. And it's a year one way or no so the message what they send it and on to so betimi send there. This is WhatsApp the YouTube, so people have a few comments on WhatsApp mamen kan wo Facebook no we YouTube Sly K was say what is economic freedom. I beg Obusi Ernesto mama say he should not be just banding jargons around. He should explain what he means by economic freedom. Kofi Boateng or say this guy should just keep quiet and stop the blame game. At the end here will be here person. Why do you come and blame everybody? Andrew Eric because the military in a dra were wrong. However, if the people had fixed their attitude in to run away from the guns, maybe they may have boss. Whether you run away from a gun or not, nobody deserves to be shot. Kofi Ajingo say if you where did you get this guy from? Hey, Asemo Eneso. And Ochije was say Ajinfin kwa if ya Ajimone no say anko Ghana enye ye. Ochije say you remember the history of Temamoto Way and oblivious of what President Nana Akufo-Addo is doing, boss. Sa motorway no Q2 container terminal MPS President Akufo-Addo President Kufuor started here. I covered the Q2 container terminal. Part of the contract was to extend the motorway. Ghana for baby mu send message mu nim history ni yeah adwuma we achieve 20 years it culture document no crowd but politics I just say what you have seen, not what is on paper. Canada free and I think the name Mahama and Pacho, I won't read the rest of the message because you can't insult anybody or disrespect anybody and have me use me expensive lips so to read it. I won't do it. Could you anyone say Patrice Lumumba said if you talk too much then you are a failure. Or say if you're next one in when you more kasa too much. How you for you know say if you're the be I'm catch say a leadership. Someone tackle leadership you be kasa sa en kosi baby ah. Kosi tell and say hey Ernesto to me kasa Obi you know say don't fix a concrete motorway with asphalt. This is how you maintain road and if you busomo no mun cheche mu emma kojo anim so the way say aba Asante Solomon say if you don't sister if you don't my MPP man patcho so I don't understand. Inti ya no asande bi aba Caleb MC was it all the political parties are confused and that is why Ghana is where it is today. Mr. Asante abo member and that's I'll come to you later.
Obapa me that's be let me say minu na kasa no o kan say sebi traders
Peja voice man
yenua Ahmad Swale born to which is really unfortunate in bompa yes one with this born no ebetimi achi no no so no nkyere say enam santi na asundua na say system no asay. You cannot say that. Say a ball Ahmad Swale, which is unfortunate. We pray because obetimi eminia. You could have even been me. Could have been anybody. What am I say? To be a dibonia, you pray say police for no ebeye near so moye be no matching no. Because when be America okwa there are unresolved crimes from even the 80s up to now. Even from 10 years ago. UK with all the sophistication. Russia. Okay. Those things can happen. Because there's no act finding the mind's construction in the face, you know. I do baby obi di bone no anka wan semanase before be di bone no wan chicha no ho achia. You cannot, what do I say? Because you cannot establish the menswear by looking at anybody. Sa ko kita mental intent onya bone obedi onya obi obekuno untumi nkyere etumi si unim ukai Peace FM for me kan mo ya mo representative bi no san ye adwuma mo success radio brown for na friend George Abanga no oye investigation on cocoa spray near there yekunu on 10th of September 2015 up to date one awukunu yehunu owura Kwame Nkrumah na minu kana asemi aye nyenim so of the boy independence near there why ye so ye boa Ghana bia why all the accolades ye the man as obia why ye first president. During the time there were crimes that were not established. You on one go for more even inviting man ba beboa with the independence struggle. Do no ye bibi kakra wa man on no. Or by and some of them or the ko boot. They be dan ko win fa. Nye prison we. And no just say sabra no na system no na. But today you know be Mbeka say ono the only angel but you can track history and see on one point do be one of the speeches in book and Nkrumah in speeches what can in some can be brave because I mean as a student of the politics I mean politics near money leadership in the manner I decided to learn about Obiani Star. You mentioned Nyama I all regret it. In our history, even within the last, I mean, from 2015 to 2012 to 2016, you can get people still, you be me a chiomo, you need a chiomo. But I don't interest me say Garden of Eden. Your boy Adam and Eve, meboa. And I'll come on Kenny in your able. About one far about mobile equipment. The system no yamia na breaking.
Ehone de nanya coupon cracker say system nenye. And he had given the will
system I can was me.
Na nipa
so
system.
Be any power piano. There will be crime. That's what I want you to know.
Yeah, but and also na yanko for baby say there was crime under NDC and people rejected them because they thought you were a better option.
There will not be any part of the world where nipa enkodi boni. There's no country without prison and nipa ngum.
Okay.
Murder cases. All kinds of things. we say one of best and your boy police force say want to mean 2 1 money and chum.
And no quote Article 17 say we are not equal before the law. And justice is not served to everybody.
Or no can no nasem. And Rachu and Abu say there are no laws in this country. And chiwa obeka your pebia. But chiw.
Mr. Sante boy, we are sure.
Oh bye. Machine brano me say emrane chiwa. And chiwa, you say there are no laws in this country. You say those can be isolated cases. And I mean, nienti or because I'm running to no fan wedi. Oh yeah, then you see, crime has no expiry date. Statute of limitation. So oh yeah, born in there 100 years later, you bet me actual. So we am kwa. And tell me try say, memo biam nini say, and you may be assassin. No. The police,
yeah, but justice delayed is also justice denied.
Medina, I'm Robert sir. On my plan no mufie, so mo ko there. Police for and shoot omo. Ni pass 2 and I say 3 and I achieve 2. The police are doing their very best. It is only in Ghana. Me have lived in a couple of countries. I've schooled in a couple of countries. Mamie, it's only in Ghana. And your military, your police, yet me custody or matem. They will not be angels. They are not angels. There will be some few bad nuts. The same thing can be applied to me, my bush for, or no bush for. Ubenyo be more bad. Ubenyo be from bush will be me bad. But Ushia America soldier ni, Ushia soldier police ni, you show some level of respect. You take them raw, you cop. Say, oh, be na said, and that make us say some time ago, Peter Kojo, even say, can you see in Kantasa Rukano? No, a DC, a bonidu kuno. Ora mama na swans in kukuno. No. There's no to that effect.
Ne ya chini passing.
Ya chini pa bimu. Ya prosecute bimu. Ya bimu kodem. Jabi dankwa. As at now, a good member of parliament. Ubeti aka a friend say staff officer, police officer. And now within these 2 months, police officers do say na ebi obi wa ne boy ana say bibi sa wogu nye tu meboa a relationship issue obi train if you know the ababa ne bamu trimuku no they say kaka nsema na manfo using it to advance their own parochial interest near their no they will not look at the real issues the real issues no enfold no so obi na oninua ntokwa na ajinjeje obi dia ba akobọ ba akutirimaku no nje pejani na koso aba me if obi abai nipa bi yebone a yenka. But let's not sit anywhere and think say yenko ani enimi yansa. What must say obai me in terms of MPP abai me abai ntina me ba bekasai me kasa ma abai me party deputy national communication director me sum Ghana whether MPP is in power or NDC is in power we continue to fight and make sure say bet me abo improve it either say individually on our personal and I say nya bet me abo ma ban na tumpon. But the most important thing is say ban ye niema na ne enema bi koso yie na system no insisa bi ba mu a yenka nyenko yie no obet me aka wasem but nya ekoyie nso the same voice now ye be used to be publicizing nya enko yie no which is allowed. Use the same voice and energy and also talk about the positives. What won't come me ba meka because minimum minimum say and maybe a tremuno na so be person access student loan na oni abusiafo a omo eye abaya dwuma na nya so ya ne so okoma obi sika na okọ guarantee ma no enne saa de na twemu nipa ko no nye so okoye saa minise mna bi atwemu na ye cancel nursing and teacher training allowance abam papa bi bae o se ma restore munko munchom minise mna bi atwemu na there are even VAT on events plane ticket airfare local travels and na aban bae o se me ye firi ho MPP aban the cumulative effect of the increment and the reduction in the various taxes na ban actual say MPP aban ya taxes so by 9%. It tells you say something better is being done by the government. Meaning say in terms of sports investment, MPP are buying, you can come across the country. For the first time, we are seeing astroturfs, we are seeing a stadium being built across the length and the breadth of the country. It's investment in sports. Minister Agenda 111, building hospitals and improving what we met and completing the uncompleted ones. Minister MPP are buying, you're buying in terms of making social education, you improvement. And then, who calls secondary schools are providing internet to secondary schools. Apart from free education, no. Secondary universities, the same thing is being done for them. So I know say it's an improvement upon what the MPP government made. Minu say, emre MPP aban ebebano. Na enemamu tough. Nipa ask for changes. Nipa bisase aban e na aban in terms of agriculture. Aban see maba planting for food and job media ba. Solving the issues and the problem. And kababia COVID abai, every country under the sun beyond, you will say inflation is over the roof. And Ghana, inflation now is 7.8% because of the plans and the programs and the projects by this government. The number of individuals and institutions that government provided assistance for. Hey, me, there be a man for sure. Free education for so soon can say more make me to no muntia no na man for can you but the real said me I come from Breku in the Bronx Afro region me my bush for me papa mo na me na mo na eja mo do to na ye koko but ade me hu ye say me I was like at least going to science school government scholarship who di first and the amount me DB ya ma me bi but obi ana on timi anya bi no na onya koko scholarship no ani papa nya koko no na onya bi uri ne na onya obi otin kan yesu onu o ni sika yen tie onu kwansi tan obetimi atua ni papa ontua koko da ontia hanso da onhu owokwa owura mu da onko owura mu kura da oti ni fie no an se ni fie akikramfuye ya to babia ekota ne nema sankofo na mo enjoy sa koko CMB scholarship no
okay
and it means if the government has employed same tactics no say select one of betimi atua one in na yeti radio so and up Ghana ni say obi ampaja ne nsa one a onwa yamaji to on betimi atua mskuzo munkotua one unya nipa 100
okay
because obia the same rich people take advantage and the government desires and yafo no any Ghana for not another chance or chance
okay but road question we here no mama you quite final because your time na so you quite final comment so Ernesto Bra because me person to bobo road da you buy ma fix it.
Oh, don't worry.
Me we dey about crap and now they about 3 in all the regions. 16. 3 na yan testify say e wo ho ana. Mama asphalt overlay o.
Mama
because dansuma dey na kwan wo ho dada na mo dey asphalt akogu so.
Dansuma mo say dansuma kwan asay.
Na baby na tutu.
Na o say asay.
Na tutu.
Ba o say asay. Ya ye don't feel say ya ye.
Okay.
Ba o say agena say. You see yanko office.
Yes la na ye na mo na ministry na ye.
Yes no kan hi fa onya ban.
Be say be not the common fan na ye nti no what we do fan.
Can abai na office.
Okay, fine.
And Esla and take the initiative.
Okay.
Wa fi ko he wa ye tana o say ansuma. Ma me nhran kan o ba bia wo bia. Oba
by internet dey dey say obia say oboa. Comment e ban nyino obia so oboa. Me akra no me hu internet dey fast.
You see
yeah, but
in Africa, man can say the fastest in the world.
In Africa,
the other countries, of course, in other countries in Africa, on what they are near west.
Now South Africa, Ghana internet, you better change South Africa.
Ghana is 52, South Africa is 44. Rwanda, Mudi and Kahu.
Rwanda, MPP headquarters in Kwana. MPP headquarters in Kwana, my Wi-Fi, it is.
Me say this thing you
yeah, internet, it is.
And you mean I made a man no count. It is in international bodies. Now you are more Juma.
Omuni and Ghana. Omuni and Ghana.
Sometimes you might not appreciate what is being done, but these are the records.
Okay, what they are trouble. Make sure baby as internet no where the fastest in Africa. Hey, internet. Now say girl ya otunyu mi kra when they say you kra be can say hey Ghana internet is expensive na there there. It baby am
we try the speed.
Now me
we can look at the cost.
From me social media manager make a single microphone.
Me see that
internet fastest
to you
in Africa.
And you fast. What's as here?
Baby, I'm feel baby, I'm fast.
And say, who call other African countries and you obesu. You won't bow some Ghana, Ghana, Banya,
Kenya, no me other African countries.
Sir, near the 8th, na yɛde ba fourth na aba na no the recent rate
yɛde
aba first
mate Ernesto my final comment wo ma manfo na omutie na anya yi
noise na America now once one kasa we
oh there be but I am not saying a noise but me kasa we draw that word
no nobody fear you
no we are you know we should be tolerant
once it doesn't make sense to you
no
because you know it is your reality.
I'm saying it's not true but and not
yes,
just
but
it
doesn't
your
reality.
Make sense, Debbie.
Reality.
He's quoting reports.
Reports and it does not meet your reality. Yani ati hanu say. And so no reports ni mu din say that is the reality.
Oh yes I know.
Because say all kinds of nonsense.
It tells you the response, the belligerent response of Abayino. Just the day after your friend is saying 4th August demo. Your papa
and that's the only thing you are doing. We are so excited about.
He was even talking about winning 2024. Who is talking about the next election? 2024. The youth of your country have risen up and are calling for better leadership.
You are using this to help yourself. That's all we're doing. No, what you're doing.
Next election.
To use this thing to help yourself.
Yeah,
who are you carrying?
Back to security. Canada, Japan.
A final comment.
Threatening your friend is saying, Ahmed Swale show the picture where a usua DCA. Then he goes on to threaten another colleague journalist of yours, Erastus. Then Abayini here.
What's your sister?
You're pointing the GM, your friends and GMPC chairman. It's maybe my
Canada Point is not a GMPC chairman.
People now were saying,
get your facts right. Canada Point is not a GMPC chairman. On your board of GMPC. Get your facts right.
We say, omu protect you. This is how they are dealt with her. Yembisa ya say, I mean, would we feel safe? Are we safe? Ehifani eko. Medimanu eberi eno. We need to change this constitution. We need a new constitution. Yes, our constitution yi. And amadi ekoso wo hanum ni say ni na na ekoso. Yes, our constitution ni yes system na eyade ebebo. Take a system like a friends and proportional representation. And I know can say NDC or parliament. What are they doing? They are cutting deals with their fellow MPP, colleague MPP in parliament. And the examples are there to show. The evidence is there to show. Go there and stop Gracia, no. Marco increasing, no. Go there and show some humility in leadership and selflessness in leadership. No, Marco increasing your friends and more salaries. And what did you give to ordinary workers in the country? 4%. We have an insensitive body of people, tax, dissipating the wealth of our country, stealing left, right, center in the name of the constitution. And that is the blood young people are spitting. We hope that the leadership of this country will hear us and hear us well. Because we are sounding the note, we are sounding. But the response is no more the urban. It's very discouraging to say the least. Disrespectful, arrogant, belligerent. And the young people of this country won't take it. Omo, the conditions they took to the streets, screaming, let the blood flow. And yes, our conditions nibini. Poverty has increased. The number of people who are suffering, who can't, your friends say, afford a square meal a day, has increased. Rollins, at least no nyayoke garidi, and so he picked up the gun. Young people of this country must wake up. They are telling us one by one, say they cannot fix the country. Yeah, your friends, and fix the country demonstration. UK. What was their response? They did a counter demonstration. No, what was it for? Said that we won't fix the country, and I said then. Everything tells you that they are not listening. They are not leaders. They are not capable. They cannot fix the country. Until they said the worker no. Emiraso say ebia yen. You better take that responsibility. We need to be bold and courageous. Other our colleagues elsewhere. How old is Macron? How old is even Kagame?
leadership ben kwan na leaders yi omuntimi emanti nkrofo bressa a painful ewo on the floor and people don't consider that violence. A school for lying on their belly in the classroom because they couldn't ni honomo aden tia
about worry
inti we need a system that works. You change the electoral system, the crampo, for instance, from first past the post to your friend is saying to proportional representation. Because look, what happened to PPP? What has happened to your friends GUM? And GUM, I mean, who even hears of them? Issues say they have no representation, yet they got at least about some 1% to be. We need to change the system and put in some, your friend is saying, independent minded people be in parliament a bit me challenge what is going, the stealing, the blatant stealing that is going on, dangerous agreements now that they are signing us into. One account was saying be say in 10, 15, 20 years time now, where would they be? And that is the question. Where would they be? Patrol, you are not the moderator of the show. You are not. What arrogance is that? What I bet you if you are Nejumon.
And Bibi Hawana.
Oba Han will say, shut up, your friend is and tactic, and I will use you. Shut up tactics, and I will use you.
I was talking, you are asking her to.
So the point,
the
point has to be made. The point has to be made. The point has to be made. Say, we need to come to terms with Omaine Emrano. It has to change. The system has to change. We need more inclusivity. We need more representation. You can't women representation in the politics of our country. And yet cheerleading. And obey who group way lawyer why this. That is not the role women are expected to play in the politics of any civilized nation.
Okay.
In a civilized nation, you want to see women also behind the tables of decision making.
So who's preventing
and it is
them?
only a change of the system from your friends and first past the post to proportional representation. And a beboa ama a maso etimi about the table of decision making.
Mr. Santiago, my final comment. But still from question 1, I'm a plan this saying face the country from plan. But to Mr. Santiago, final comment. Mr. Santiago, my final comment.
Another day, obey me about no. Besides, or could change the constitution. It's okay. Na ni say arrogance. Any pretense, and people who think they are sitting on high horses.
Because a good microphone. And no final comments.
What am I saying? We say you change the constitution. You can fight that cost. You can fight that cost. Ghana, Obiano will prevent your bias on contesting for any position. Your boss is sliding or contest here. You don't need to become an MP to do the thing that you're doing. The contribution that where you sit, you are making in the economy and the development of this country. You don't need to become an MP to do that. You are shaping minds, shaping people who can't in the north. Yeah, my mom Makola, the contribution they are making in the country because of Monkwatana radio sonko kasa intiana. Mami for man ya na omo ye adwuma eboa the economy the farmers omonko gina ba bi nko kai na facing omo face your model. So you think everybody has to become MP before they can do, I mean these things, that's the thinking. Abai now be something about the road sector.
Men can become MP.
Make okay no to more. Who are set the ground rules? So okay so bin can no so shut up. Let me make my cogent analysis. Oba papa. Naomi said, "Yakwa voter region. Asikuma a road no.
Asikuma to he.
Have.
Asikuma to have.
Yes.
Have moye. Asikuma to have.
Asikuma to
road no.
Say on make us on betting.
Okay.
What am I saying?
And I.
Who call the same voter region? How EGYASO can. Upgrading of.
Oh, EGYASO can we and I say upgrade.
There be a different one.
Oh, EGYASO can. Okay.
Say I make us a month. So who can say me ma region by region?
Okay.
Nti send a bear and me born to amount.
Okay. Because
you call a rehabilitation of Obuasi Township roads. Called Obuasi Kohe.
Obwasi de miam adansi ni
Ukona kuna nya hwanya akono.
Moja akwan no.
Meso ko na kwan na ne ya na nyu akono.
Pacho ye kamu ansa na mo yesa ro.
Da bi tane obekam.
Mama maje fans.
Obi ukamu wanti.
Ya me ko hoko ye video so many occasions.
Ukamu ora mama pension no yanye. Ba ukamu no ye. Nti say ye tie ukamu no.
Se so maja project anwe ne sen.
See, it's been done.
Mo the contractor neka anwe ne sen.
Obai, me see. These contractors now they are now say ye tua over 800 million to contractors. Nti bia na ni sika kakra ko kam no abanu gusu koye. Kohwe doma township. Wako doma.
Me call doma na.
Obi a doma bia enka what the government of Nana Addo Akufo-Addo ayama doma man kwan no. Bra hafu no ano me fi doma me ba brekum. Me krom ni brekum. Bisa brekum for omutie me. Brekum township rules send yes aye no. Enkran. So as region bia enkran ye hwe akra ha. Hampo na so me ma areas be 3
bobo
oh but o ma me esla
wa kwa ba esla ya na osabo
me mo ebi I me mo e say adenta o ye kwan ya na adenta go and check adenta me no ka say check even me man phone kwachi ba bia chena unhie obetia fafo mako unka say na unika iska mo kan fu onim ana mo kan no obi di program assignment kwa asalam down correct the roads this government is fixing even from last 2 weeks basically the government is fixing what must I say oba papa ko even say eastern region Osiem Bregro road
o de emphasize na ye be rose ni later o kind of slow mami me road am hu pa say why East Legon dey East Legon road am ya ma iskafo a o mu ntua to no yen ya use tema moto ye tua to weja ya use weja road ye tua to East Legon for dia man asphalt papa the bricks crash say o mu ntua to bia me wa the next one can say if we are equal before the law then I say East Legon for muntia to omumom to me enante car kwan ya ye mo asphalt weja ye wo kwan papa weja cars wa ye te kwan papa tema for ye tua elito utia to be 6 times in a day correct tema say wo kwan papa bi ye tua
jasa
tema to the ye be rose na another time cause am quarter friday no problem
o friend na woni bibi
ono kwa ne no issue
because expecting him to
say come to me
you should apologize for munyina na modidi mu ho atem o kan noise me ka so redraw me say come kan kwase asem me ka say mo redraw
oba me say
you don't want to redraw
what's it there be one
me do atem kra no so kra me dase
no dabi ya
no akra ko to me ka say what we say
we nyina mu na
we want to change
obuade o
this is a Ghana
but anyway it's part of this
yeah but yeah sometimes when echefo no sua mu ntia to re bia mo ba
me no I wouldn't want to
no mo so di atem enti I was say ye ma conversation ye the entire ye nyina ye kasa ne say ye nyina we all want to exactly
na ka say
but onu so ko ka no chia no a Mr. Asante ebo enu so nche say won so e wo so be so so no ka say say be you say kwase say and also mo plan ne say mo plan wo say mo plan but plan ne say enti mo ba ko parliament and mo ko lobby parliament to change the constitution.
Knee-jerk reactions so any idea. I've talked about the disappointing responses if people occupying our positions you expect some come back exercise leadership. We are not getting that. Now what's a plan? Of course
we have a plan.
From fixing demonstration where do we go from here? Mr. Asante boy, where do we go from here?
Yeah, ban the change of the constitution of course said there is a work of a constitutional review commission work yes point day about the basis 6 million it been almost say $9.3 million and they spend the year. Where is it? And they are 200 is gathering dust. We are in
constitutional review commission
exactly
okay
we are in
Professor Mills this week we will say do a list of those members
okay
but after President and no na beg question na nkofo bi say na after President Mills the obia aban abanyina to asoman kasa
exactly
and that is the perfect time
interested they are not interested.
Yeah, me say I then am more fix it. Man kasa from after President Mills. Obi our baby has not taken it. But you could have done it then.
So if the constitution me Ernesto Eboa, I was alive. Just Google me Ernesto Eboa 1992 constitution.
But now it goes beyond you.
Way back.
Okay.
It goes into idea me maka personally. And then menya your friend is platformer. There are other people who agree. Said there be what has to change is a constitution.
So now what
we are doing? We are invoking the political force of the nation by calling for 1 million signatures.
Okay.
Say yen sign it to pass a vote of no confidence in the 1992 Sakawa Constitution. It's a one step. And only a one step. We are 16 regions in this country. And in the coming days, we are going to roll out the plan as to say your friends execute our project. Every constitution biano must have the acceptance of the people. The moment a body of the people says we don't want this constitution, it fails to have a binding effect on Safon.
Okay.
And that is what we are invoking.
Okay.
There are other
1 million
projects.
Is there a constitutional provision that says with the 1 million votes you can change the constitution?
It is a political response.
Yeah, but
of course.
What is the political process? Is there a law that says that with the 1 million votes you can get the constitution to be changed, and it can sponsor a private member's bill?
By the time, this year we are not talking to them because they are not leaders; they are just occupants.
Yeah, but you need them to change the constitution. Ernesto,
no,
you must not be in Alice in Wonderland.
Mabel, power, where does it reside? It resides in the people,
and it is the constitution that says so. And this is the same constitution that you want to change.
If the people say they
don't emanate from the people. Constitution
if the people yes, but if the people say they don't want the constitution, if people say they don't want the constitution, the constitution cannot have any binding.
Yeah, but there must be a legal process that must be kicked in. Of course, because you can't just simply use 1 million signatures to change the constitution. Is there a provision that you can invoke, or you want to overthrow government and sidestep this constitution? Else, 1 million votes itself cannot change the constitution.
But why should we overthrow government?
It's what process? I'm just asking you.
But that is
what
the point I'm talking about. You need the people's buy-in.
For what?
At this point, because you is a body of people.
Ernesto, unya buy in with 1 million signatures now. By what constitutional provision, what legal provision, and now the 1 million signatures to change the constitution?
The people are demanding a new constitution and joins the so-called leadership to submit to that. Your friend is saying,
how can you do that?
How
would you do that?
We are going to invoke a constituent assembly.
How can you vote a constituent assembly when the greatest power of the land resides in this constitution that you want to overthrow?
But the constitution, the law was made for man and woman, and not man and woman for the law.
Okay. And so, Mami, you have to answer that. A lawyer for Becca say
I have answered it.
That mischief that you want to cure. No, that answer as a student of the law is not within the confines of the law, and you cannot go outside the law.
But to amend the constitution on this.
It's serious. It is if to say the A plus can if the end game and it's all be changing constitution.
How did Chile change their constitution?
As Chile na so Ghana. Ernesto,
think within Chile na so Ghana.
Hey, na ute Ernesto, hey.
Sovereignty resides in the people. That is what you underestimate.
I agree, but that is in this constitution. Ernesto, this
constitution is not, your friend is saying, super and above the people. It is the people. Then Ajiatum said, "This is the constitution we want to be governed by." At any point in time, in Kofonebeka say, "We don't want this constitution." It ceases to have any binding effect on us.
You have 30 million Ghanaians. Yes, census when ebi oba out Obeka say be edru be 32. So if you are targeting 1 million signatures, the 1 million signatures cannot speak for the 30 million people. Ernesto Pacho Debbie, I know your homework. Ernesto Tobo, I know your homework.
It is just one part of the process.
Ernesto Tobo, me homework. I'm saying that as a student of the law, there you have to follow legal processes. Because any attempt,
we have our lawyers, they are there.
Tobo Ernesto. Because constitution, there's a provision in it.
Where is it?
Hey, Ernesto.
Where is it?
Ernesto.
You bet me.
Now what
Where is it?
There's a provision in the constitution. Any attempt to overthrow this constitution must be resisted.
Please. Constitution. Say we have a history
Ernesto,
of changing constitutions.
Menya hot-headed. Me say.
I'm not.
Menya hot-headed.
History
Ernesto, I'm just giving you guidance. Ernesto, every time constitutions have been changed in Ghana, Ghana from 57, it has been through military leadership. See Tobo. Ernesto Tobo, me say Tobo. This is just a sisterly advice on them now. Me my homework say, research into the law because you cannot.
When you talk about you remove the constitution.
Creating a new constitution.
But what they Tobo answer?
The people.
Ernesto Tobo, mo dey lawyers na mo ne omkasa, but just a quick one on the Constitutional Review Commissioner Professor Mills here, and this is something that Professor Mills started. And Professor Mills started because in this same constitution that we want to change, there's a provision that is in the constitution. What my guidelines say, say a person any major amendment and not changes this is the process we must go through. Professor Mills in him, he's a professor of law. And he formed this committee. Hang on, Ernesto Tobo.
Only one aspect, one way of changing
Tobo.
Certain aspects in the constitution.
Okay. Because you cannot overthrow a constitution. You can only review it. And you cannot just simply
it away and bringing in a new one.
But you shall cast away for treason.
For treason for what? The
Tobo.
The rights, they have the liberty.
Messi, you can't use 1 million to represent the people of 30 million. Tobo na me kan asem cho.
It is just a process. One of the processes we have activated.
Tobo na me kan asem cho.
Okay, can I say?
Professor Mills, it's a committee we made up of Professor Albert Kujo Fiajo. Kumbu na yiri the second paramount chief o Kumbungu. Osabere Makwesiata the second mine o Ugwa Traditional Council. Na Mr. Kente Apia Minka a lawyer any mopani of free win and saying Mr. Sabina Ofori Boatin a legal drafter and the very Reverend Professor Samuel Kosie Japan and Dr. Nicholas Jao Amponsan and Mr. Gabriel Scott Pomai and Mrs. Jane Adukwe Mensa the same Jane Mensa ya wabe electoral commissioner and Dr. He's now even a professor, Professor Raymond Akongbulu Atuguba, executive secretary, no, a professor of law.
This is the team. Clause in the constitution. What's the asema Professor Fiajo Kai? Do you remember his response?
I don't. But he doesn't speak for Ghana.
No. But he was the chairman of the Constitutional Review Commission, which you so much are into Wokache Ghana phone. That's the point I'm making. You can't see any indemnity clause in the 1992 Constitution. His response was that the entire 1992 Constitution will collapse. That was his response. He is a legal luminary. He knows law more than you and I and all of us.
But he doesn't speak for all of us too.
Well, but he's spoken. And we are showing that they are almighty.
And I'm giving you because there's a president who gave them this power, who wrote a white paper on the back of this. Until that shows you say, Prof.
President is not the law.
His statement is not fine in the same way. But you listen to yourself. Say the president is not the law, then the Professor Fiajo is not the law.
And we are saying that the people also see they not the people.
Me say 1 million cannot represent 30 million.
We are invoking a process. A process.
I'm only giving you guidance.
30 million. $30 million.
But the terms and reference for this commission was to ascertain from the people of Ghana, one, their views on the operation of the 1992 Fourth Republican Constitution, and two, in particular, the strength and weaknesses of the Constitution. Two, to articulate the concerns of the people on amendments that may be required for a comprehensive review of the Constitution, and last one, to make recommendations to government to for consideration and to provide a draft bill for possible amendment of the 1992 Constitution. This is the first terms of reference. Professor Mills, about the FNC, because your time no aso. The conversation about Constitution, no, it's not a one where it's a long and because in Ghana. Yeah, the free military rules bebremu. Ghana anye ye besi nenti. The drafters of the constitution wanted to make the constitution sacrosanct. Inti no the clauses bi share mu said ebe ye din say obesesano so that obia ansori meka metu abaegu mako GBC mako kasa there's no constitution. There's a legal process that must be followed. That must be followed in changing the constitution. One of them, and Professor Mills, far swap. Professor Mills, ko ye nyina yada. We have slept on our rights.
Process being far so.
But what
we are doing is we are invoking a constituent assembly. Sovereignty resides in the people.
Okay, Mate.
And we are going to the people.
Okay, Mate. I was for me and my sister my journey and I didn't come away say Abraham way a conversation fix it against we are fixing it whether or not or fix it and now say when you fix it but mo fanche say na me to me be for night because na there na ka me here Ghana for views pa women so your boy fix it and I Richard Asante your boy so we are fixing it or deputy director MPP so mo say they are fixing the country. And I say, they should fix it. Just you made and there has been a fantastic discussion. Munina, join them, follow social media near Denino. Ebi musu didi atem ni ade. You can didi atem by here. We are all playing our role as citizens. To send a message. Now didi atem, it won't change my salary. It won't change and so your boy channel. Mr. Santi, your company's bed, it won't change the salaries and the taxes he's paying to his workers and on one home. Who did you atema you are just wasting your data. Ye nyina we ye de adwento ato na ye boa ma oman Ghana no atumi akona nim ti we ye abrante we ye youth be sensible ye smart say de Ghana ye national anthem no de ye nananom ne ye janom ye omdo moje gu o ma ye no eno na ye to so. Yours should not be limited to insult. Yes sir. Na ye nananom moja na ye di gu o ma Ghana man no wa gu nanim ase and oh no you don't deserve to even be on this soil. So if all you can do to Ghana need to obedi di atemo you don't deserve to be in Ghana. You don't deserve to be a citizen. And next to more year more part to push government to fix Ghana. Mr. Santi Yabo also year more part to do their best. They are fixing Ghana. At the end of the day, will be a plenty role. Also role is saying your role should not. Memo bonsam yusu say wo de nipa nyankopon board to say ni sune ne ban. Wo de obetimi aye say oba social media abe ye nkofo. That is very cheap. And it's very sad to ma me no papa mu yusu omo sperm and omo ovaries ekwo. It's so sad. Yeah, it's so sad. It's so sad. Oh, papa, me pesa me sound vulgar. You me ba shupa to padu do papa ebu. Ah, they are releasing the sperm to give birth to you. Oh, mama, bosumenkono, and all you can do to Ghana. They say, oh, best send the message. Now did you attempt? Now did you attempt? Is that all you can do? Unyanum good 37. You ne basket. Ebi good sola boy mine no year juma to pay coins kakra umbe to me. Your mother has struggled to give birth to you 9 months. And all you can do is did you attempt? You are a sorry ovary. Completely wasted. Ebusia for just asida and come Mr. Hansen on the sound engineer on duty and Frema Bankross social media manager. Vim lady media me some for producer at large or me oyeni mamie ya obeba. Mr. Ernesto ya da say Mr. Santi almost say you are a waste of your mother's ovary and your father's sperm. Co-profit and women's hospital here was sperm banks. People pay to buy sperm. And yet the sperm about 1,000 sperms or 1 million sperms will swim to an ovary to give birth to you. And all you can do is insult. Oh, where was two papa sperm? Seriously, as to putting in our bogu dentium. And all you can do is sit on Facebook and use one CD data here complaining Richard Asante about so can't eslausu say fast no. All you can do is you can just text and insult Asante about obi kunu. Ernesto obi kunu. And all you can do is just sit on social media and insult and crank it. You just want to insult. Hey, unianum bigo krasi do magano. Get here DJ Flesh or bonyum or banajo. People are suffering. The salary kakra by otuaneto, and all you can do is insult. And when Mr. Ghana and Koye, people are angry, but we shouldn't limit our anger to insult because the insult will neither change the constitution or fix the road, or buy you food. So let us do better. I say you to know you're starting planning, you're starting dream outside the box. What you do? What we can do better for Ghana. That is it. I mean, for me 22 years old, I experience be reading insult too. Very expensive girl na me too. Tema girl. Very expensive. Pacho yende yewa. Nyakopon yes on nyina. Madam say. Me show so awoje papa krachi. I hope say baby $1 ne do no waswate. Internet